purpose.
He's a monster. All right, boys and girls.
He's a monster under.
We're here. We're live.
Oh shit, we're here.
Sure.
Season 5. Cheers to season 5.
Let's go.
Eric, hell of a job with the podcast all year.
Yes, sir. Thank
Even
you,
the
Eric.
episodes you missed, you still took care of business even when you missed episodes. We appreciate everything you've done, Eric. So thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in and week out in the comments, making fun of people, taking down J-Ball one comment at a time. I love what you guys are doing. Nah, we love J-Ball, but Sauce and Parker went in on him.
Well, someone had to.
We're here.
Alright, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Another episode of CeleTake Podcast, and this here is the Captain's Edition.
Last episode of the season.
Last episode. Going to Italy next week. We'll be back in 3 weeks.
He's going. No,
I'm going to Italy, not everybody.
We're all going. The whole league.
Hey!
It's like the Jersey
We're
Shore
going to
season
recruit some
4.
players.
Alright,
Recruiting
so
players.
let's introduce everybody. Starting on the far right, this man, captain of the Reapers,
That's right.
Chris Sauce Robinson.
Clap for
His third season as a captain.
Yes. Next to him, first time captain of the Ghost Riders. You got the man Sean Ghost himself.
One-time champion, first season captain.
His team ghosted him most of the season.
Wow.
That's why he drafted him.
Next.
That's why his name is Ghost. They ghosted him.
Now next to
Ghost and
him,
Riders.
we got the season 5 champion, the captain of your Makos, Mr. Luke Stromboli
Salute.
It was in the way of your shirt. I was trying to help you out.
And how am I right? Starting to the far right, the man of the Cheddar Goblins, the captain,
The Cheds!
the Green Bean.
The Mean Green Deans, the Redeem Team.
Dean, you look swole in this photo. I think you photoshopped it.
Just a little bit, stretch it out a little bit.
God damn!
Photoshop doesn't hurt.
I'll take off my shirt so you know it's real.
Hey, After Dark! Celly Nation After Dark!
Batman paid for the subscription. You better honor it.
$6 a month to subscribe.
We're gonna skip over, and then we're gonna get to next to me. We got the captain of La Familia, the good guys in pink, Coach Tone.
I'll clap for everybody, including myself.
And now another familiar face, as you guys may know, he's always been on the pod a couple of times. He's actually ran the pod for me this season.
Nope.
Appreciate that. We got our commish, Mr. Parker, the media.
The media.
Glad to be here.
And now me, your host,
The rules.
and also the captain of the Panthers. And then next to me, captain.
What's your name?
Oh,
What is your name?
E. Or Eric.
E-Bump.
And then next to me, also the co-host, but also the league owner, and you're not back champ no more.
No, back to back.
Back to back to
You
back.
can take out that last back.
The captain of the dogs.
The cap.
Back to back to back and almost back.
Scalpel. Now I'm gonna let Mike introduce our new cap.
Season 3, Season 2, champ. Season 4, Red Ranger. Season 5, barely played on the Goblin. Shout out to the guy sitting next to him. He is your new captain of the Golden Gorillas, bringing back gold. We got Zane the Realtor. Zane the Realtor. Now people have asked, why Zane? Why Zane? Well, I'm going to tell you why Zane.
It's insane.
Zane's asked for a few seasons. Zane has championship caliber in his blood. 2 championships, if I didn't already mention. 6th man of the year,
Yep.
season 2 as well.
6 more.
Not only a phenomenal basketball player and basketball mind, but a phenomenal person. Although he was very late today, we will let it go. One time only. And I think he's going to do a great job. And I think the rest of us all agree that
Yes,
Zane is
sir.
a great addition to the captain's team. So we wish all the luck to the Golden Gorillas, especially because they're not in our conference. So
Oh, shout out.
Give him a little chest beat right now.
Let's
gotta
hear
swing
from
your
the man
arms like
himself.
that.
Let's hear it,
Let's
Zane.
hear from the man
Oh, like
himself.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah, I gotta swing your arms.
So how's it feel?
Oh, I'm hyped, man. I'm super excited. It took me a minute to figure out what my favorite color is yellow, so it took me a minute to figure out what I was gonna do with that. Bumblebees would be, pretty trash. So Gorillas is fire. I'm super excited. I'm just excited to be in a room with some caliber men like you guys. Some
We fucking love Zane. We love you, Zane. Yeah, it doesn't have to be high caliber, but there's a caliber.
There's a good caliber in there.
Some kind of caliber.
There's something. Soul
All right.
caliber.
Now, before we move on, we're going to start off with Sauce. How was this season for you? Like, we're going to go around each captain. How was this season for you?
Considering the expectation, it's a disappointment because we all go into it with the expectation of winning the championship. So it's a disappointment in that sense. However, one of the most fulfilling parts of being captain is seeing people develop. And so having players like Fonzo, having players like Sterling develop over the season, that really was fulfilling to see.
Josiah, too.
And Josiah
He had a lot
Giles,
of moments.
he did really well for us. He's a great therapist as well. But at the end of the day, like, you know, when we eventually got Phil and Sway together, we saw what we could be at our best. So it's disappointing that we did not put our best when it mattered the most in the playoffs. So overall, though, it was probably my favorite season as captain. I also didn't have too many blow-ups. So there's that.
Take it away, Ghost.
Ooh,
For the Ghost Riders.
where do I start?
Take it easy on them.
It looked promising in the beginning. Obviously every team has their hurdles. We had a good variety of teammates. The chat was very lively in our group chat on Instagram. I'm very, kind of transparent when it comes to talking and communicating with anyone. So especially with my team, I exactly, asked them what I was looking for. They came and bring it to the table when they were there, but attendance was a big thing. Constantly having the right people there to play, and your number ones and number twos not being there at the same time was really crucial for us. I felt like a lot of games were lost just to obviously the lack of attendance, but there were some time where we were winning and we just let it slip out of our hands. So a big eye opener on obviously drafting new people that I kind of didn't know their attendance profile, didn't know where their head was at. Knew they were great players. Just didn't know how they would mesh together. So as a first season, it was a good eye opener. So next season, I'll be ready, and my team will be locked in, and they'll be showing up.
Well said. Well said. Oh yeah.
Articulate.
All right, Luke. I know you spoke last week.
So going off of what you said, like
Yep.
drafting new people that you've never really seen or played with before, it's hard because last season I had a handful of them that I'd never played with before, and it kind of blew up in my face. And like everybody wants to give you what they believe that they can do, and you trust them for so long, and then it kind of just isn't translating to what they say they can do, and then it kind of just fucks you. And unfortunately, that's why this season I drafted everybody that I've at least played with once, except for my last two guys. Thankfully, JPP did a phenomenal job. Darius also did a phenomenal job. Those were the only two that I'd never really played with before, and I got lucky with them. They played outstanding.
Hey, yo.
After hours, right?
Sorry,
guys.
Not when the lights are on.
What about the biggest rivalry you had all season with Darvis?
How was that?
It wasn't a rivalry. It was
He's our number one fan.
he is our number one fan.
He's our Woj.
I'm pretty sure
How have we not made a picture of him as Darvin Ham? But we just put his face as Darvis Ham.
I'm pretty like
That's my guy.
from the season start. I saw about a 33% increase in my OnlyFans activity, and I'm pretty sure.
He's the Woj. He's got to figure out what the hell's going on over there.
But as far as the season goes, it went exactly as expected. Every one of us goes in with the expectation of winning, and so for me to say it didn't go as expected would be a lie. Yusuf and I had a really big blow up after
Game 2.
I don't think it was game 2. I think it was after we lost to La Familia, which would have been game 4. We blew up. We were screaming at each other after the game. He screams, "Trade me!" I said, "I can't. Nobody wants you." And this is why. And we had a very long talk after. Once we got everything cleared and squared away, he progressively played better for us. Joel showed up when we needed him to do the most. Kyle's phenomenal. So everyone on my team, Fadi, played the role that he was given, and I had to argue with him sometimes to get in and play more so he could at least get his minutes. Like, everybody showed up, did what I needed them to. X will bust his ass for you, even if we're down 30. He's the guy that just won't quit. There's always somebody you want on your team, so very happy with my season. Love my guys. We'll run it back.
All right, real quick, shout out Kyson. Kyson said he had to go through fire to get here. Oh, I don't know if that's a joke or if that's serious, but
Apparently there was an actual fire and Fadi was there.
oh, glad you're okay, Kyson.
Were they smoking?
Yeah.
They probably started the fire.
I hope that they're okay.
Were you smoking?
But
What pack were you
messing
smoking?
around.
we love you guys.
Appreciate you guys coming
Be
through.
safe. Love you, Kyson.
Fires are serious,
right.
Kyson. Very much so.
On the right, Dean for the Goblins started off 4-0, lost the next 5,
Yeah.
but you won the one to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
How was the season for you?
I have mixed feelings, but I mean, after going 4-0 and then losing the next 5 was definitely a learning experience, I would say the least. No, it was good. I was happy. I drafted a team that, we all came together, especially why we won the first 4 games. We all came together and played as a unit and believed in one another, lifted each other up. We kind of lost that after our loss against the Magicians. I think things kind of went downhill. People started quitting on each other. But what I liked about my team is that we, even though we were down, lost 5 games in a row, we still were able to come back from it and make ourselves into the semifinals. And we were in that game. We only lost by a couple points. I mean, it's not the result we wanted, but we fought hard, and I'm just happy that my guys didn't give up, knowing that we were on that downwards trajectory. And that was another huge learning experience. It's just how to bounce back from losing that many games. I mean, Mike did it himself, went 0-5, and then makes it to the finals. So I think just keeping that positive energy and trying to lift your team up even when it's hard was the biggest takeaway I got from it, and it's definitely going to carry into the next season. Hopefully I could be more consistent with that, be less emotional, stop throwing my hands up as much.
No, we need the hands up.
But yeah, no, it was, I'm happier that I did better than I did season 2, and we were the worst team season 2, and then now 4th best team. It's not, like I said, the result we wanted, but I'll take it. It's definitely an upwards trajectory. I think next season's going to be a lot better for me.
Boom. Yes, sir. Solid.
All right.
Right there.
Eric,
Some of the
Thank you.
fucking outfit.
Fucking just
This
All right,
is
Zane.
intervention.
nursing on it.
You was on the Goblins. What was
Yeah,
your
bro.
perspective as a player?
I mean, man, just like Dean said,
I've been drinking it.
when you lose 5 straight games,
Yeah.
it's hard to get it back going, I'm sure anybody has been through that in different iterations of teams. Just when you start losing, especially in like a 10-game season, it feels like you've lost forever. But coming back at the end and winning back-to-back games, we had great leaders. Chief, Juan's the fucking man. Shout out,
Yeah.
shout out, Chief. Got back ahead in the game after a couple of games where he was just a little, he was getting angry and stuff like that. He got back in the game.
And Batman and Big Bird.
Shout out to Batman, and especially shout out Big Bird, because the energy he just brought every fucking
Our
week.
bench was great, even though
Yeah.
my fault, guys. Terrible with rotations. You didn't play as much. You guys were still supportive, and you were there for us, and
Yeah.
that's all I could ask for, honestly.
And for
So I
what it's
appreciate
worth,
that.
man, like from a rotation standpoint, we got to the semis and lost by 4. So, I'm not trying to crap on my own game or any of the bench's games, but like, if we're giving them everything we fucking have and we just barely lose, it's like, okay, well, what is a sub Zane for Dean or Zane for Juan gonna fucking do? Like, what is, you know what I mean? So,
appreciate
yeah, so it's good, bro.
Respect.
We gave everything we had, and it was a fun season, so I'm excited for this one.
Nice.
Right. Now next to Zane, we got the man, Coach Tone, who's actually been in the finals past 3 seasons?
2.
2 seasons.
3 and
except,
4.
Except this one fell short to the Makos in the second round. How was your season for you? Would you say it's still a disappointment? Or
For my guys, it is a disappointment for us because we had high expectations coming in, especially with the talent that we had. But I feel like the rivalry between us and the Makos made every single player, including myself, better because we just had to play our asses off those games. I felt like the Makos too feel the same way. Is whenever we played against each other, we had to play our hardest every time, and that was to me the key. And I knew the only way to make it to the finals is I had to beat the Makos. And unfortunately, we just caught our stride early, and then we just never, after the loss of Magicians, we just never came back as a team. We just kept pointing fingers at each other, and we just kept bringing this negative energy. And I try to be positive, and like you know how I am, guys. Like I'm just trying to be the most positive guy in the room. And when everybody's just pointing fingers at one another, and I had to be the mediator, it was tough. And mentally, we just weren't there the back half of the season, and that ruined us. So, but again, I love Mike Parker, great kid. I think in this league, he's going to be a monster because he just plays hard every second of the game. JC, same thing, he's a monster.
I love JC.
Santi and Bray, I felt like that dynamic duo any other season would have been the championship. Just the offensive firepower between those two was amazing, even though Santi came late every game. And then my bench, I know everybody shit on my bench, but every single game they were supportive. Every single game they played hard. Every single game they asked me questions, and they were just all coachable. They weren't the most talented of guys, but they were all coachable. They were all willing to learn. They were all willing to play as a team. They were all willing to give it to our stars, and that's why, in my opinion, I should have had 4 all-stars, but that's why our team was the way it was. So it was a disappointment, but hopefully I can make this team, but probably not because probably those 2 guys, all 4 of those will go in the first 3 rounds, in my opinion. But it was fun. I had a good time.
Any update on Horace?
Horace is chilling right now. He's in Mexico, I believe, with his girl. So he's getting some downtime, getting his mind off of the season, just enjoying himself. And then I'm pretty sure, knowing him, he's always like hard-headed and ready to go and be better. So he'll be ready not for next season, I believe, but if he does come back, the season after, I know he'll be ready.
Can't wait to see Horace.
Most shoulder injuries in a year.
A lot of injuries.
Yeah,
longer season, so
makes sense.
more opportunity for it.
Getting older.
We had less injuries when we played
More thorns.
Yeah, more thorns.
A lot of thorns.
Watch
your
No
guard.
gardening next season. No gardening with no shoes.
Wear shoes when you.
Where is Little Mexico?
Parker, let's hear from the commish.
As far as the league goes, this year, I mean, every year has been a trend. As every year we get deeper and more talented, and I think I can speak for everybody when I say this has been the most talented year of basketball that we've had. We've had some legit guys out there, and it's fun to watch every week in, week out, commentate your guys' games. It's super exciting to watch the community continue to grow. Just remember, you guys are part of that community. It's a special place. It's pretty exclusive. If we like you, you're back. If we don't, usually you're not back. So enjoy that and realize that. So congratulations to you guys. Way to go. Love you. Fuck you.
I already talked about my script last week.
I'm working on the new script.
But for the Panthers, from my perspective, first season as a captain, it was amazing. Same thing Saul said, just watching certain players get better. Like from me being their captain, it was really the highlight for me. Basically, I know the best is to win a championship, but just seeing dudes like Ish, Steven, Andre confidently wise, just play better.
Yeah.
And that right there just brought joy to me. So it was a good season on that part for me.
You know what brought joy to me about your team was the most infighting in the team.
Oh. Yes.
Steve the Kid fighting with Dom about who's taking the technical free throw was my favorite argument of all time.
When Dom was injured and not
playing, gets off the bench and goes into the stands and then starts shit talking. I was laughing so hard, I think I fell over.
You like that one over the one with Andre at the free throw line?
What did Andre do at the free throw line?
I have no clue still to this day.
No,
they were just yelling at each other.
The last game, the consolation game.
Oh, the rotation moment, yeah.
Steve passed the ball to Andre. Andre didn't shoot it. He drew the foul, went to the free throw line.
And Steve is
screaming at him.
He wants the assist to post.
Give me my assist. And Andre's like, dude, shut the fuck up. I got to the line.
I love that.
And they're just screaming at each other.
Steve wants it. How are we going to know Steve passing the ball if we didn't give him the assist? Shout out Steve.
Shout out to CK. Uno. Mr. What do you call him?
Double or
Mr. Walkway, Mr. Cowboy,
Mr. Fuck all my friends. Don't forget that one. Wow. Fuck all my friends. Wow.
Coined by the famous No Chill Nate Gill.
Finish up what you were saying, please.
I'm done. That was me. But it was a good season on that part. I really appreciate you guys for sticking with me throughout the whole season, even though I yelled at Dom, but it was all out of love. You yelled at me back out of love. Me and Steven went at it also. We all heard. Yeah.
Every game.
Best social media by far.
Yes.
Not even close.
But it's not him.
It's my girl's social media team. I do make.
Okay, I thought you made some because
I do make some. I do make some of them, but she's got all the.
Shout out her and shout out him.
Yep.
Phenomenal job.
Make sure you follow Panthers CNL.
I think I still have the most followers, but it's fine.
Yeah, you beat.
Yeah, you two are definitely the best at it.
It's because you keep wearing your shirt and your OnlyFans.
Because I have like a league or something to make content for. I don't know.
Piece of shit.
All right, Mike. Starting 0-5, but still, some way, somehow, still found a way to make it to the finals. How was your season?
Interesting. It was definitely different having a team that I didn't feel listened or was bought in or really like respected me. I feel like they respected me more as a player than a coach. And that's the first time that I've really had that where my voice was heard but not. They were listening to what I was saying but they weren't hearing it. They weren't actually acting on. I would write out game plans and then by week 6 or 7 I was like, fuck the game plan, fuck everything that I've said. Chef, you're the best point guard in the league. Do you. I'm going to hit my shots. AJ, run around. And Montel, you're the most athletic guy on the court. And that's pretty much just what it came down to is our starting 5 was so good that our lack of like team basketball didn't matter because we were just very talented. And the playoffs exploited the fact that, and we talked about it last week, that we couldn't hit threes. Me getting hurt in the last game of the regular season threw off my shot, and I was the only guy that was consistently hitting threes for the second part of that season. And it definitely showed. I think the biggest thing I learned was to draft a team of guys that I want to be around. It's not about winning.
Yep.
I've won enough. I was really like, I've now felt the loss, and all I felt was pure happiness for Luke. As soon as it happened, I think I was the first one to hug you.
Yeah, you came up all smiles, like congratulations.
I was so happy for you. I genuinely felt that. I could not. I knew with 20 seconds left when I threw the ball and I turned it over, I was like, well, this game's done. And thank God. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. I'm not a cheater. I'm not anything anymore. I'm just a guy who's running a fun basketball league, and that was the best fucking feeling for me. I was like, thank God, man. Like, the pressure's fucking off.
So you're saying through the championship?
Not at all.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
No.
It is scripted. It sounds like it's scripted.
I wanted to win. But as soon as I realized that, all right, I lost, I accepted it, and I was very happy with it.
Mitch wrote it. I annotated it and highlighted it,
and I approved
it. And then Mike approved it. He didn't like that he lost 5 games in a row, but too bad.
Now, honestly,
that was just make it 4.
But that was good. That was good. It was humbling. It was frustrating, and it made me read books and like figure out how to. I have a book that I studied coaching in college. That's my degree, sports and exercise science, specifically coaching. So I have books from when I went to college on coaching. So I went and I started reading. I started studying. Why can't I connect with my players? What am I doing incorrectly to figure out what the hell I can do? And that's when I realized sometimes just because it worked with season 4 dogs and they listened to me doesn't mean that season 5 dogs are the same group of guys, and it doesn't mean that just because I know what to do, they'll listen. And sometimes you just have to play to their strengths and figure out what makes them play their best. And letting them play freely happened to be the answer. And I learned that, and it was a good lesson learned, but the bigger lesson that I learned was draft better. Or draft differently.
All right.
All right, before we move on, there is one captain from this season that's not here. The Magicians. Boogie.
Well, 2. Gator and Boogie. Gator still was a captain in the beginning.
Googie.
Okay, Gator and Boogie.
Yeah, Googie.
Googie. But shout out Gator, shout out Boogie.
Gator.
Master.
Now,
that's master to you.
I had a question that I wanted to ask. I was doing the stats for my team.
Get in there.
You know, top 3 in each category. And Dom was like top 3 in literally everything from points, assists, rebounds. and he played a total of
5 games.
Would we say Dom is a top 3 player in this league? Like pick top 3.
How's that to do with Boogie?
Oh, that has nothing to do with Boogie.
I thought we were talking about Boogie.
We're talking about Boogie. I said shout out Boogie.
Then you just shout out Boogie.
Shout out Boogie.
Shout out Boogie.
No.
Anyway, circling back. We need to talk about Doms.
I think we can look at the Boogie season.
Let's go back to Boogie. I got it. Circling back to Boogie.
Let's go back to Boogie.
We're talking about Boogie.
It's that goddamn Crown and Monster.
I told you guys not to drink it. It's the devil's juice.
I'm sweating in here.
I know.
I told you. 9 people and a monster. I'm going hard.
Boogie stepped into Boogie.
Alright, one at a time.
Boogie stepped into maybe one of the most difficult positions. He came in and took over Gator's shit show.
No, Darvis's.
Darvis's team. Gator's just playing on us.
Gator was there to start fouling the shit out of people.
Garvis and Gator.
Boogie then made the executive decision to make some big trades almost immediately.
Oh, man.
Thought it was a lot of fun. One Noah took in his own hands.
Oh, my God.
What do you go, sauce?
Shout out Noah, man.
But Boogie turned the Magician season around. I joked earlier in the season that when the Dogs and the Magicians play, it would be called the Toilet Bowl because they both hadn't been able to win yet. So nobody knew what that was going to go on. But shout out Boogie. You did great. You formed an extremely competitive team. You made it the second round of the playoffs. Proud of you.
Honestly, they had a team that could have gone to the finals of their conference. I don't think they were beating the Makos, but they had a chance to beat Familia if they played the brand of basketball that they played in the last 3 weeks of the regular season. They stopped moving the ball, and that really killed them. But they actually had a good thing going until that point. Yeah, Gary, Mike, and Steed all kind of played that same role. It was like that black hole effect. But overall, great job, Boogie.
Yes.
Great job, Boogie. Back to Dom.
Love you, Chantrell, too. You're great.
Back to Dom.
And Chantrell.
Yeah.
Shout out Chantrell.
Shout out Boogie. Shout out Chantrell.
All right. Now back to Dom.
So we lead back to Dom.
Isn't it Dom's birthday?
What do you want to know?
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Dom.
He's probably not watching.
Uchikage.
He's not watching, but
Unky Cock.
Julie.
do we think a healthy Dom is like a
Why don't we
top 3?
Why don't we go through and we'll put our top 3 all around? How about that?
Ooh, okay.
To add your debate. Top 3 players in the league.
Wait.
And you can't put
That's
me.
so hard.
And I was gonna say,
Damn it.
And Tone.
this past season, right?
We're fucked.
Not overall, just this past season.
I don't think of all time. I don't think of all
I
time.
don't even mean
This
all time.
or in this draft board.
This season, like,
Well, I guess you have Nacho as well, but
because Nacho
yes.
would be.
Is Nacho in this
I
conversation?
guess let's put Nacho. Let's say going into season 6,
Okay.
the draft board that we have. So Trayvon's out. He's not a top 3 player as it is, but Trayvon's out. Vaughn's out of that
So who
discussion.
are we adding first rounders again? It's
Nacho Dame.
Nacho
Those are
Dame.
pretty much the 2.
Yeah.
Top 3. Wow.
Yeah, Dame's back.
Gotta love Dame.
I love Dame.
I want to make it top
Is he
5.
20 years
No.
old yet?
3.
I know.
Is Dame
20
20 now?
Dame's 20.
So
yeah.
Mike Parker's still the youngest in the
Mike
league.
is still the youngest.
I
I've
know
had the
my
2
top
youngest.
three.
All right, we'll start with Luke. We'll start with the champion.
Go ahead.
I know my top 3. I'm taking for 1 and 2. I got Nacho and Joel. Those are my guys. Those are my guys. They played the roles that need to be played. Nacho's a fucking bucket. Joel took a back seat, involuntarily, but he did everything that I needed him to do. Still got hell of assists. Still was up there with the best of them for rebounds. And then a head-on straight Phil.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that.
a non-emotional
Non-blow
Phil
up. Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Does
He
that
let
exist?
No.
sometimes.
It does. Sometimes
The Goblins
you
game.
get a little
Yeah, I
glimpse
was
of
going to
it
say
here
it
and there.
existed against us.
Sometimes.
The Goblins game
Oh.
is potential.
Mike's a Gryffindor. Sorry, continue.
So I would
Mitchell.
realistically, if Phil doesn't blow up and he doesn't just check himself out, he is easily a top 3 player in our league.
So your top 3 is Nacho, 1v1, and Phil. Ghost.
I would go Sway,
Good.
Nacho,
Ooh, twinning.
and I would go
Twinning them.
Braylon.
Really good ones. That's some good ones.
That was my top 3. I was gonna say exactly those
Sway,
three.
Nacho, Braylon.
Same exact thing.
Showed
Yep.
up in a way that.
Bro,
I haven't seen him yet play, and the
66%.
fact that he doesn't play
Nuts.
basketball as much as a lot of people play in this league.
1 day a week.
And
Sundays.
continues.
Yeah, he's out there today.
He's out there today.
He's trying to get better now.
Oh shit! He might even.
I know
want
he's
to see Sandy.
practicing.
No, because I played with him Saturday too. So I played with him twice this week, and he's going to play with us on Sunday. So
You might shoot 100%.
Me and Sway
He
are
might
also
actually play
practice.
bad since he's practicing actually.
So yeah, that's my 3. So
Don't mess with the juju.
Sway is definitely my best player.
No bias.
Just the way there's no other first rounder that plays both sides of the ball the way that he does, or shoots as efficiently as he does, and is as self-aware about their game as he is. He took 2 threes a game. It was like, you know what? If they go in, great. If not, I'm gonna shoot 67% inside, so it don't matter. Second, with Nacho coming back, Nacho's the most efficient 3-level scorer we've seen in our league, I would say. And he knows what shots to take. He's not going to overdo it with the 3-pointers. He gets to a midi spot, he can get to the basket. So I agree with Nacho at 2. The 3rd best player in our league at this point. That's a tough one. Because I can see Phil, again, with the head-on straight part. My thing is sometimes when things aren't ideal, he checks out. And that kind of holds him back in my book. And Braylon, as good as he is, it's an effort thing. That's my biggest thing with him. I'm like, you should be able to dominate us. This shouldn't be. But I can see at their best, so I guess I'll go with this. At their best, at his best, he's definitely there. He has an argument for the best player in the league if he's at his best. And when he takes a 3-pointer, it's because he just wants to.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. So Braylon, then Nacho, 1A or 2A, 2B, and then Sway to me is the best. He's not the most skilled of all of them, but what he brings to the table in the totality,
That's fair.
that's what I like about Sway the most.
And you agree with Sean? With your
Yeah, both of them, honestly. I mean, Sway he was the top choice for me. I mean, I've never seen anybody in any league shoot that percentage throughout a 10-game. That's crazy.
He's shooting like a center.
Yeah,
Those are
it's
center.
not.
Yeah,
And he's driving to the back. Those are tough moves. He's doing fadeaways. They're not easy moves that he's getting to the basket.
Yeah.
So he's just really good. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. The numbers don't lie. I mean, he had the most points and the highest percentage. So I got to give it to him. Then Nacho and then Braylon. Yeah, that's my 3 as well.
What about you, Zane?
I mean, I feel like that's the obvious 3 and who I pick pretty much. But a teammate that I love and I fucking really want to play with this year, well, I love Juan, but I was going to say Chef. I love his game. And, I mean, I don't know if we've had triple-doubles in the league before or if we've just
The
been
only
close.
one in history is AJ in the championship of season 2.
Okay.
I've come close in both of the playoff games. I had 9-9-9 last season, and I'm the only other player that I think is remotely. We've had double-doubles,
Yeah.
but the assists have never been that high, along with the points and rebounds.
Yeah. Well, I know Chef's had some really good games this year where he was kind of.
He's had 6-7 assists. Chief has had some 8-9 assist game, but the points and the rebounds weren't there. But yes, Chef is phenomenal.
Because I feel like with a lot of the really great players, we can all agree, the head on straight is the problem. Or the effort. Even I'm not going to name any names, but we all know players that are, sure, they can drop a bunch of points a game, but defensively, how much are they going to do? And as a leader of a team, how much are we going to do? Which shout out Juan, because he was a really good leader for us.
Yeah, he was.
But Chef,
he really was.
Everything that I've seen from him, he's a fucking amazing leader. And I think that you guys have already been captains. You can agree. That probably goes even further than stats, as being a leader for your squad.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's another thing that Braylon does well. He's really good at making sure the others are involved.
Yeah.
And he gives them confidence. Because there's a few times Tone's like, Horace, don't take that shot. And then Braylon's the one to overrule that. And he's like, hey, just give him a chance. Give Santi a chance. Santi, this is your time to shine, kind of thing. So that I will say Braylon does have that for him. Going back to the Dom thing, it's here you go, man. This is an issue, man.
No, what's the monsters here? It's a fucking issue.
No, with Dom, it's really just a matter of health.
Yeah.
He's a bigger guy. He's got those soft tissue injuries are tough, and
He's missed most of 2 of the last 3 seasons. Remember
about
his
to say that.
HBK season?
Yeah.
punching
Punch
broke
Dom.
down.
Game
Yeah,
1.
the Pat Klein injury.
Yeah.
Punching walls.
And that's the thing is if Dom's right there outside of that top 3. As far as his talent, That dude can shoot from anywhere. He can get to the basket if he wants. He can shoot threes. He can shoot free throws. He can finish layups.
He'll post you on Facebook.
He also has a good post game. Like, you have everything on paper, but it's just like, can you stay healthy? Can you uplift your teammates too? Like, that's the other thing that I look at. But yeah, I think what we said so far is the consensus, but I don't know what Tone's view of it is.
Everybody get Tone right now.
Are we just doing top 3 on the board? Or
If you were to make a draft board right now, who are your top 3 players?
Those are 2 different things.
Yeah,
I would make my draft
board
do a differently than I think are the most talented 3.
Also,
who do you think are the most talented 3?
Really?
Yeah.
So, are we doing just...
Who's the most talented 3?
On this season 6 draft board that are going into season 6.
Well, 3 best players.
In my opinion, what everybody said is what I was going to say, but I just want to shout out this one person, because I don't know if he is or coming back or not, but I just love playing with Santi. I feel like he deserves some recognition. I'm not saying he's a top 3 player or top 4 or 5, whatever, but to me it's just...
Him and Nacho are my favorite players to watch.
Because...
By far.
One, I understand the lateness, everybody hates it, but he calls me every day and we talk. It could be because I've coached him when he was in high school too, and we had that relationship, but like... We talk every day. He's all in the group chats. He's always being so positive to everybody. I just want to shout him out. And plus, I don't think there's any player
because he's going to go higher.
I don't think there's any player in the league that ever shot 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. I mean, in the NBA, people go crazy over that. And he's off the bench, and he scored 20 points every game. I mean, the numbers just speak for themselves. I think he deserves some recognition. But yeah, if my draft board is Braylon 1, Sway 2, Nacho 3, because I prefer defense. But the thing with Braylon that everybody needs to understand, the talent is there, but you just needed to key in on it. Because sometimes he zones out, and you need to like lock him back in.
Sounds like he's bored.
It's not like he's bored. It's more like he's more focused on everything else instead of himself. And it's my job. It's my job to worry about everybody. And he's trying to like be an assistant coach when I already had Pat for that. So like he just need to worry about hooping. If you just lock him into just hooping, he can score 30 a game. He showed it season 3.
It would be easy for him.
But that's my number. That's 1, 2, and 3, and I want to recognize Santi because that's my guy.
6'3".
So my number 1 definitely would be Braylon. Like you said, the only bad thing about him is mentally, where he just like he acts like the game is way too easy, so he settles for that 3 way too much. But if he like dominates the way he can dominate, nobody in this league stopping him. 2, I'm putting Dom up there. Leading the team in every stat, only playing 5 games. Yeah, I still think he's like a lethal force in this league. And then 3, I'm going with Phil.
Stevie K. Oh.
But see, that's
the thing is Dom needs to show up to games. I don't think he's played more than 5 games in the past 3 seasons.
And he played with us.
He played the dog.
Well, that's it. Other than you, that's it.
He won a championship.
But other than him, that's it.
And he won a championship with that.
That kind of raises a red flag to me. How many games did he miss?
5.
And he had the most points for your team?
Yeah.
Wait, the most total points for your team?
Yeah, but he only averaged.
No,
he only
averaged the most.
Okay,
he didn't have the most.
He averaged the most off 12.5 shots a game, which is not that many shots.
No, that's
Compared to other first rounders are taking.
It's just, for me, it's like showing up is the most important thing, especially in the season now where we only have 7 games or 10 games.
What I would have liked to seen from Dom is him show up in the games where he was hurt, and I understand that everybody has that commitment level, but I would have liked him to be that voice for you. In the week that he was, you guys won.
Yeah.
It helps to even if him and Steve are fighting, he's smart. Dom understands basketball, and it would have helped you. And you are a good player, and you could have played more and let him take that coaching role with being hurt like you did in season 2. Where Parker was hurt, he helped coach because that was the role that he was able to then fill. I feel like Dom could have helped if he actually showed up for those 5 games and would have built that rapport and chemistry with the guys and stayed as part of a unit, in my opinion.
It's just tough because he's a first-round pick. You know what I'm saying? So, like, missing a first-round pick half the season is just tough for your team.
But he has a first-round pick mind, too.
I agree.
He would have been able to
But you need him on the floor. He's a first-round pick.
He's one of the hardest people I've ever had to guard.
Like,
I'll get to mine now.
We all can agree that he's talented, but for me, it's like Like example,
you
need to show up to the games. Yeah, you need him on the floor.
That's where I was like, that's not good. But if it was just average, not total points.
Yeah, not total points.
That's different.
Yeah,
that's different.
not total.
I thought you were saying he only played 5 games and he had more points than everybody.
Oh no.
That's
I think that was Dallas. I think that's Dallas. But
shout out Dallas.
He's good too.
Love Dallas.
Shout out Dallas.
Yeah, shout out this.
But my third pick would definitely have to be. Well, I went
Phil.
Braylon, Dom, and Phil. Yeah.
All right.
With his head on straight, even without his head on straight, he's walking 20 points every game.
Easy.
You still need you
still
need him to have his head on straight.
You still need him to have his head on straight, but if he has a good team around him,
he did have a good team.
As someone who had him on the team, it's like Kevin Durant, where it's like that killer instinct. It's just a little too unselfish when you really need it. Like, you have a layup opportunity. I get the right play, dump it off to your teammate. But I don't need that right now. You're better than everybody else. Just go do it.
Yeah, you got the green light.
And then on top of that, defensively, you got to take it up another notch.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. And it's not even like he can't. Because I've seen him.
He can.
I've seen him block shots. I've seen him actually sit in a chair and actually play defense. It's a matter of like the desire to be like, yeah, it's one thing that I can score better than everybody else, but the other part of the game is I can also lock down your best player. That's what's missing on a consistency basis. Because you see it. I mean, he had 44, and it was the quietest 44 I've ever seen in my fucking life.
It's actually nuts.
I didn't even know it happened.
Nope. I thought Sway was the leading scorer.
Yeah, everyone thought Sway led the team scoring, and you go back and look like, oh shit, what was this guy doing? He's literally, here's a shot. And then when you have those 3-level scorers, like there's just no answer to them. Nacho, Dom, Phil, there's no Braylon. Whenever he does get hot from outside, like there's no answer to them. So then it's like, all right, well that's a given. You're not going to stop them offensively. So what separates them is what they do on the defensive side. Where Sway's like, I don't have the 3-level scoring. I only have really my attacking to the basket and getting to the free throw line. But guess what? You're not going to get that much on me either. Like, so you balance it out that way. And if those other guys who are 3-level scorers would even every now and then play defense and just take it upon themselves to shut somebody down, like there's a level of basketball that they could reach that it's like it's frustrating to see them not reach it.
Yeah.
You know, and where it's just like, bro, it's just a little shift in your mentality. I understand defense is hard. I understand it takes a will, but just every now and then. That's it.
Boogie agrees.
I love Boogie.
Boogie agrees.
Can I answer that question too?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I watched a lot of Celly Nation basketball this season.
No way.
He does the Parker power rankings, if you're wondering.
The media. I'm going to take Nacho out of it. Well, I'm going to make my list a little different. I'm going to say, if I were going into draft, seeing the players I saw last season, where would I put them? I'd take Sway 1. Sway is my guy. He does everything on the court. Leads teams in points, rebounds, assists, steals, whatever you need him to do. Love you, Sway. He's a fucking dog. 2, I've sang his praises for multiple seasons. I think he's the most unguardable guy in the league. I think it's Braylon. 3, if I were to draft a player and I go, okay, I feel confident in his mentality, in his skill, in his ability to score as well as facilitate, as well as defend, at a dynamic guard position, I'm going Kenny. Chef. Love Chef. Thought he had a great season.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I would take him in the top 3. That's my guy.
Nice. All right, Mike, what's your top 3?
So are we all going to get murdered and nobody said Yusuf?
No, I have a different perspective because
he's gonna save us.
I'm not. I have a different. I would put Yusuf up there, but I have a different perspective because, I feel like out of the captains, myself, Sauce, and Ghost are the only 3 that would take the assignment of guarding the best player potentially on their team, depending on what our team looked like. I've guarded Nacho, I've guarded Sway, I've guarded Bray. I've guarded Dom. I've guarded 1v1. I've guarded Yusuf. Sway and Nacho are absolutely phenomenal. I feel like I can contest them, and I think it's probably a size thing. Bray, I can't do anything.
No.
I simply cannot. He's bigger, he's stronger, and whenever he plays me, he doesn't miss. I don't know what the fuck he does. He doesn't miss against me, man. And the same with Dom. And I've played Dom one-on-one, and I can score against him, but he is so fucking crafty. there's two ways to go about your list of top 3. Are we going top 3 scorers or are we going top 3 players? If I'm going top 3 scorers, if I go top 3 scorers, I would go based on the fact that they're hard to guard. I would put Yusuf on that list with Dom and Braylon. If I'm going all around players, I still keep Braylon on that list, but I have to add Sway on that list as well because A, he's efficient. B, he's a phenomenal teammate when he's not foaming at the mouth. And C, I fucking love you, Sway. And C, number 3 is hard. Because Dom and Nacho, I love Chef. I play with Dom, Chef, Sway, Nacho now. I still got to go Dom. I think Dom can match up with the best guys in this league defensively. I think that Dom can score. It's not as pretty as Nacho or Santi, and those, like I said, those are my 2 favorite to watch because the way that they get into their moves is just like, how did you make it look so simple and yet so like beautiful? Dom is rugged, it's rough, it's ugly, but he still hits those shots. And so if I were to go, I would put Dom at that number 3 spot. I would put Bray and Sway very close for number 1 and 2. And then Dom at number 3. And that would be my top 3. I think Nacho's a phenomenal player, but he doesn't have the same grit on the defensive side. Neither does Bray. But what Bray doesn't have, they both are similar in that regard, but Bray is 6'4" and can jump out the gym. And I think those are the 2 differences between Bray and Nacho. But Nacho's still, I would take Nacho in a heartbeat, number 1 overall, and I would be very happy with my team. So it's no disrespect to any of those guys, and my team would be very different. That's why I didn't take your approach of who I would draft first, second, or third, because I would draft my team. When I draft, I don't draft on my first pick. I draft on my second and third pick. I don't give a fuck about my first round pick. There's like 8 or 9 guys in this league in the first round that I would take. I'm very happy with a lot of talent in the first round. It's who am I going to get when it comes back to me that I really care about, because that's how you're building your foundation. The first round guy, a lot of them are interchangeable, or I can work my offense around a lot of those guys. So it's very tough.
Piggybacking on that, real quick question for you guys as captains. What do you think is the most important round in the draft? The first, middle, or are you thinking like your late round picks? Quick discussion.
Your second
and
second and third are the
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
2 to 4 is definitely the most important. 100%.
Because you're gonna get the first round, you're gonna get someone around the same talent level. At that point, it's how you fit around that person that really, the depth that you have, that really makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Like for me, I went hyper defense. Problem is, if you can focus on the first rounder, and your 2 through 4 aren't contributing offensively, sure they're there defensively, but if you're not getting people who are actual threats in that realm, put you in a bad spot. Sure, we're holding people under 50, but then we can't get to 52. And that's where that kind of middle ground is there. And for the most part, people aren't going to play defense in our league. And as a whole, I monopolized it this season. It didn't matter. If you look at the team that won, it was the one that was perceived to be one of the weaker defensive teams in the Makos. And it was like, you just have 8 guys that can score. 8 guys that can score, and they play defense at the right times. And I think that's been a winning formula in this league. Score most of the time, get stops when you need them, and you're going to be okay. So that middle ground, that depth, fill out your depth, and you're going to be okay. It doesn't matter what first rounder you have, I think. As long as you have a first rounder who's okay with taking a step back when it's needed and understanding, hey, I can get mine, but I need to get the others involved too. As long as you don't have a ball hog there, you're chilling. You don't have a Corey.
I think right now, everyone in the first round is pretty unselfish. Out of the 8-9 guys I named in the last one, or whatever the podcast was, I think they're all pretty unselfish.
You can be fine with
any first they're all good leaders. It comes down to who do you want in the second round. There's a couple of those 10 through 15 players, like pick number 10 through 15 that like, all right, I really want a Santi, or I really want somebody. That's when we do the draft lottery, that's when that's going to come into play of who I want in that second round pick. And that's how guys are going to decide who they pick, in my opinion, for this draft lottery. It's very different going into this season compared to last. With the 2 variables of Trayvon and Juan, you guys really wanted them. I want that first overall pick so I can get Juan. I want that back-to-back, whatever it is. This draft strategy is going to be very different
Yep, I
going
agree.
into season 6.
Plus, we know everybody.
Yeah.
Huge advantage.
Yep.
There may be 3-4 names that are different, but it's not going to affect the draft.
Right.
They're not going to be first, second, third round picks.
I also want to say with this draft too, a lot of the teams that were successful was the late round picks. People hit on them, and the teams that didn't hit on those late round picks, kind of got screwed over. I just want to say like right now, Dean hit with Dre,
That's right, Dre.
Mike hit
Shout out
with
Dre.
Mike hit with Jerry,
Shout out
Luke
Jerry.
hit with JPP. And
Shout out
Darius.
JPP.
So the late round picks, Derek hit with Gino. I mean, there's a lot of the late rounders that make your team as well. You can have a good top 3, but if you don't have a good bottom 4, it could cost you your championship top 3-4 players.
Bottoms are just as important as tops.
Exactly. So I just want to say we're all saying that, but I also just want to shout out the other guys. They matter.
Yeah.
Picking late and hitting on
All
those
tops
picks.
matter.
All tops.
Any position matters.
Of course, to you,
damn it.
Tim. Of course it does.
God damn it. Dude, take off your shirt. Somebody look at his nipple. Somebody look at his fucking nipple. God damn, where's Peyton? Fucking shut up, Noah.
He's been drinking.
Not at all.
The monster's kicking in. I told you guys. What did I say?
I need a shot after
No,
that.
I didn't even
Shout out to
guys. Minding my business.
It's a fucking phenomenal song.
Positions by Ariana Grande. Great song.
Alright, Eric, what do we got next? Are we doing Guess That Pokemon?
Yeah, that's good.
Yes,
Guess
that's.
That Pokemon!
Guess that asshole.
Is it Steve the Kid? Should I just
I
put
wish
one
we
up
had
and then
the-
because I don't know
the
which one is
face.
which.
I'll
I'll just click on the first question.
Like the outline.
All right, guys. We're gonna do Guess That Selly Nation Asshole.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the first one. Played in 2 out of 5 seasons. Debuted in season 4 with the Dogs. They're a one-time Selly Nation champion.
Just all the hints you get.
All the hints you get.
I know.
Can I say it out loud?
Wait.
Are we guessing it out loud?
This
I already
actually
know
could
who
be
it is.
2 different players.
I already know who it is.
Is it?
Yeah, this is.
I know
2
who it
different.
is.
Is it Ryan?
Brandon Benton.
It is.
Who is your guess in the comments? It's Ryan and Brandon. Technically.
Yeah, I thought it was Ryan too.
Ryan Salage.
Yeah, the answer is Brandon Benton, but it technically
Do
is
I get
a
a
double
point?
answer. Both of you get a point. I don't know if we're doing points, but
You got a shot. There you go. Take a shot.
you get a shot. Take a shot of Monster.
No.
Everybody's not going to sleep tonight.
Good on
All right, our next question. Who's that asshole? Played in 4 out of 5 seasons. Their debut was in season 2 on the Green Cobras. Cobras. The Cobras. And they were drafted in the 6th round
Of this season.
of this season.
Was it Ghost?
This season.
Oh, this season.
This season, 6th round.
I thought you
draft.
meant season 2 because I did draft him
season 5.
6 in season
Oh, that's
2.
what I thought it was.
And that is their debut. Was yes, Ghost.
Is
That's
it
it.
Steve the Kid?
Who was Steve the Kid?
You get robbed.
It's Anna and Ash. Come on the podcast.
Yeah, Steve the Kid, yeah.
Is it Steve the Kid?
Let's find out.
Or is it another asshole?
If it's the Cobras, definitely.
he was on the
It's
Cobras.
Steve the Kid!
I know my
Ah,
Cobra team.
Steven Uno Walters.
We got 3 Cobras in the building.
Yeah.
All right, now we're playing
Season 2 covers, right?
round 3 of Name That Asshole. Played in every season, debut in the purple team. Drafted in the 8th round of this season. In season 1, was drafted in the 2nd round.
Tyson.
Incorrect! Oh, it's Kyson! Season 1 on the purple team, the worst team in league history.
It's pretty
Close to the Bandits. Pretty close to the Bandits.
No, the Bandits are the worst.
Listen, if they went head to head with the Bandits, you guys would have got rocked.
That's not how we do this.
You guys would have got fucking rocked by the
We don't
Bandits.
actually play basketball.
All right,
Touch your Olympics.
What we got left?
we got
We field a fucking hell of a
played in 4 of 5 seasons. Not true either, unless it's somebody else that I'm thinking. Oh yes, it is. Okay, yep, you're right. Sorry, fuck me. Played in 4 of 5 seasons. They debuted in season 2, incorrect, with the Golden Eagles. 2-time. That's okay, Eric. You did a phenomenal job. 2-time Selly Nation champ.
Is it Mitch?
It is Mitch.
Which Mitch?
Wow.
Money Mitch.
Famous.
It looks like
I just remember the
Yep.
TikTok video of the
You got this
Golden
one right. You
team.
got
That's
season
why
2
I was
on
like,
this
gotta be Mitch.
Great job. That's okay. We were close enough.
The first
and
time we did.
our last one. of the day. Let me see where this
Shout out
shit
the
is.
first viral vid, the Dom and
paused
Mitch
it.
argument.
He shot threes from the volleyball line. What are you doing? You're under the 3-point line.
Where is it? Oh, here we go. That is not correct either. Is it? God damn it,
God
Eric.
damn it, Eric.
I'm watching the
There's
draft.
no whites.
Well,
It's
technically,
13 games. That's not it?
No.
Oh.
All right, guys. We're going. Played in 4 or 5 seasons. They debuted on the green team, first overall pick. I'll give you another hint.
Oh, easy.
He's a Selling Nation All-Star on multiple seasons.
Johnny.
No, you fucking
Chili.
retard.
Chili.
Chili. God damn it. Johnny
He
didn't
said
play
first
in
overall
season
pick
1.
on the
Season
Cobras.
1 of green team. Green team.
4 out of 5.
Okay,
Oh,
hold
he
on.
missed the season.
On YouTube. On YouTube.
Debuted in green.
When you go to the
it is
oldest
Chili.
videos,
You said he
got
played 4?
Selly Games
Played 4 out of
13.
5. He
Yeah,
missed
he
one.
missed the season.
He
right?
missed season 2.
Season 2, that's right.
And
Okay.
Selly
makes
Games
sense.
13.5.
Yes.
13.5 wasn't real.
Those are
Those aren't real.
Selly Games that and doesn't even count. But that's actually how Tone got in.
What's
So
That was my captain debut right there.
yeah.
That's a
Is season 1
perfect
uploaded?
segue to a question that Ant has actually.
What's his question?
What is each captain's top 3 Sally Leaguer that they think would have the most interesting watch as far as sex?
All right. Well, that.
That's after dark. After dark. Selling Nation after dark.
That man paid for the subscription. Everybody else go pay. We'll get into
I
that
just want it
later.
on the record.
They got one more.
Batman and Dark.
Out of,
one
the
more?
three, out of the 3 that were suggested in that question, I am one of them.
It should be, yeah.
All right. Last one.
What's up?
Played in 3 of 5 seasons.
Hopefully I got this one right.
This season drafted in the 6th round. Don't know if that's right. Debuted in season 2 for the Red Dragons.
To Noah?
Ethan Parks.
No, he's a Ethan.
Great job. Played in 3 of 5 seasons, drafted in the 6th round, debuted in season 2.
Yeah.
It is Ethan Parks.
So
Let's go, bro.
From the
We love you.
bar.
Shout out Ethan, bro.
Why are they all green team?
What about
Like,
Green team
all
was
of
a
them
great
were red
team.
teams.
Yeah.
Green
Alright.
team season 2, we were great.
What is,
we just
what is
never
this
won.
other special thing? That's the
We
last
just never won. We were talented. We just never
There
won.
was no
The
reason
worst
for y'all to
attendance
be
in
for
league
y'all to
history.
lose.
No, I don't know. We can't beat the Ghost Riders.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I showed up half the season.
I showed up half the season.
No, you guys were better than the Red Dragons. They didn't have Mike Ingersoll the whole fucking time.
And we still beat them.
The only time he showed up was against us.
Actually, that's true. He did play his only game.
Only
against
game
us.
was
he
against
played us
us.
too, and we kicked his ass.
Well, there you
We
go.
went undefeated, 7-0. Shout out us.
Shout out the
Shout out season 2, Baby Blue Lions.
Baby Blue Lions.
Lions.
One of the greatest teams.
One of the
in
best
Celebration.
teams.
Yeah.
And the only team from that era that could still compete. I don't think they would win a championship, but I think we could still compete in today's
Bro,
games.
We win a
I agree.
Nacho and AJ.
Nacho, AJ.
Nacho,
That'd be
AJ,
pretty
Reed, Gator,
disgusting.
Zane, Eric.
Zane.
It was a very good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
very
That was a
good team.
6-man of the
Me
year.
and my
Our
prime.
season 1 team that went to the championship.
Me and my
Oh,
We got
hold on.
JoJo.
You,
Hey, bro, we
X,
built them.
JoJo,
We had a
Cole,
good team.
Ant, Brody.
Yeah.
Crazy James.
We were up 20 and lost.
It was a horrible team.
Well, to be okay, it was 100 and something degrees out.
You
Oh
quit.
my
You
god!
quit.
I heard he quit. I heard he quit.
Hold on, let me say my
I mean,
piece. Can I say my piece?
Can I say what actually happened
Go
before you
ahead.
say your
Yeah.
piece?
I'll
You
say it.
quit until Julie and Crystal and BDM with one ACL brought you guys back into the game. You're down by like 3, and then Dean's like, "I saved the game. I hit a shot."
JoJo also had.
I did
No,
beat
he
the
rolled his
game-winning
ankle.
shot.
And
Okay,
had beat stroke
let's
afterwards.
be real here. But no, it was me and who else? JoJo was about to throw up, and there were so many
won.
people underneath the tree.
Parker was
that
in his
game.
car.
And then
He
we
won.
get somebody shout and say, "Hey, it's a 2-point game," and we all ran back. So
Oh,
it wasn't just me. It was about half of the players in that game. So
Let me just say this: I was the only ref sitting
you
on
were
a
wearing
chair.
a towel.
Sitting on a chair with a towel on my head, trying to breathe, and they're like, "Why didn't you call that?" I'm like, "I can't even see. What the fuck are we talking about?
I see 3 of you.
I cannot ref right now."
Fucking roaring, dude.
That was a terrible
And then we had the Selly
experience.
Games 13.5 there too.
Yep.
It was.
I got a migraine. It was
It was
awful.
terrible too.
I
It was hot as hell.
personally loved playing at Roaring.
Fuck.
Me too.
Not the.
Yeah.
not
I had some
the
of my best
Selly-
games of Roaring, man.
Well, it just it
else do we have on
it
the
was more
docket?
beneficial for me because I can run all day.
What
So
we
people were
have
getting
going
tired
Yeah,
faster.
that's
I'm
true.
like,
It was a big ass court. It was an NBA size court,
We had
right?
20.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. It was
What did we set on the poll?
we went from playing at Camden, that's like,
Said-
You wanna get a
and
shout
said
out?
first
Literally the
and
complete
fourth,
opposite.
And
and then we
don't
played
throw
at
him
Roaring,
under
which
the
was like,
bus.
Everybody in the chat, make sure.
What happened?
And said don't throw him under the bus.
All right,
Throw Ant under the bus.
Well, we're
Yeah,
gonna-
you're throwing Ant under
I
the
He was
had
all sitting under the tree.
you assholes. All right,
Pieces of shit.
I had a graphic for it, but I didn't actually make it because we had to vote on everything. But the new news for season 6.
New news.
First and foremost, as we all know, pay your money. $100, Zell it to me, 610-787-0521. Cash at me, $ franchise the rapper, or Venmo me at Michael Scalco. If you can't spell my name, fuck you.
It should be in all the group chats.
It's in the Facebook group if you don't see it. $100, please get it in. Regular season is at Winter Park Community Center starting June 30th. We're going to play the first 3 weeks. Then you're going to have a bye week. Then you're going to play 4 more weeks. The next 2 weeks, I got the phone call the other day. Celebration High School, we're going to have the playoffs. We're in the fucking nation. The place where it started. Sally Nation High School, we are here, we are live. It is very fucking cool for me to come full circle. Never got to play a game there. Didn't get to make it onto the team. Only time I would have had an opportunity to play was senior faculty game, and 2 weeks before I got ran over by my friend in a car. And I had a broken wrist, could never play on that court. An asshole.
What kind of friend is that?
Well, he's an asshole. So, Josh Rowe.
Fuck you, Josh! Fuck you, Josh!
I like Josh. He's a very nice guy. It's a long story, but regardless, I never get to play on that court. It comes full circle. Very excited to have us running the playoffs there. Shout out Kenny the chef. Shout out Mike for making this happen for us. Really appreciate all the effort you guys put in. But we have some changes for season 6. Now, my goal for this league ultimately is to make it where I can make some money. Then these guys who do the most amount of help can make some money. And then eventually the players, you guys, don't have to pay, or you can make some money. And we can make this into an actual business, and that's really the end goal for me, is to make this into a profitable thing so guys don't have to play overseas. They don't have to go to Puerto Rico or Europe or Africa, or wherever the fuck they gotta go to make a few $1,000s to then get cut in the middle of their contract. Ideally, my goal would be, and this is a far-fetched goal, and it's not going to be easy, but I have faith in myself and these guys right around me to make this happen. My goal would be to get everybody in this league to be able to make a little bit of money, to be paid to play basketball. It's going to take some work, but ideally what I think we need to do in order to get to that spot, we have to stand out. We have to not compete with the NBA or other leagues that are playing pro, because let's face it, we're not pros. Some of us are. Some of us are very talented. Most of us in this league are not competing with NBA players, and we never will. So we have to go a different lane. With that being said, we're going to change some of the rules going into Season 6, and we're going to add some pace of play, and we're going to add some point scoring. First thing we're going to change, we're going to add a 4-point zone, or the Bing Bong zone.
Bing Bong!
Shout out Yusuf. It's going to be a 4-point zone.
Continuation.
We're gonna get into that as well. 4-point zone. We're back at Winter Park, so in Winter Park we're gonna have the captains before each week. They're gonna set up a zone with tape, a 2x2 zone on either side of the court, where you can shoot, earn 4 points. Another thing that you guys have been asking for religiously in the chat: continuation. Continuation is coming to Selly Nation. About goddamn time. You guys wanted it. We wanted it. It's gonna ultimately take away from. It's gonna take away from some of the time with the ref. It's the Monster and Crown. It's gonna take away some of the times with the ref. Another thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna take the idea from the G League. Shout out Mitch for this idea of bringing this into the league. We're gonna go for free throws for the first 18 minutes. So while we have that running clock, what we realized was free throws take up a lot of time. So what we're gonna do is 1 for 2. So you take 1 free throw. If you hit it, you get 2 points. If you miss it, you get 0. If it's a 3-point foul, it's going to be 2 free throws. If you hit it, you'll get your 3. If not, you'll get 0. Simple as that. First one will be worth 2. Second one will be worth 1. When it comes to the final 2 minutes of each half, you're going to take your full amount of free throws. This is where the rules are going to get a little bit dicey, a little bit interesting, and we're going to throw some wrinkles in to make Sally Nation League its own brand of basketball. We're going to add in a penalty box. We're going to take from hockey. This is an interesting rule that while at the Solar Bears game, I was drunk, and I thought this is a hell of a rule to implement into Celly Nation League because technical free throws, trying to get everybody behind that half-court line and trying to get everything set up, you're running about a minute off the clock every time we do those techs, and nobody really cares for that. So what we're going to do is, on any tech, instead of a free throw, it's going to be a penalty. So the player that the tech is called on is going to be taken out of the game for 1 minute. Once the ball is inbounded, that minute will start, and now it'll be a 4-on-5 penalty play. And that player will be in the penalty box. When that 1 minute is up, Parker will announce the final 5 seconds on the microphone. When that penalty is finished, the player has free reins to run back in and play as normal, 5-on-5. So for 1 minute, a team is going to have an advantage. It's going to eliminate some of these issues. But with that being said, we are going to change the 3-second rule to a 4-second rule to hopefully take some of that away and make this punishment more so about actual techs and behavioral techs instead of stupid little techs and things that we really shouldn't be doing in the first place. Am I missing any points? Overtime.
Yeah, overtime, yep.
Overtime is the other rule that we're going to change. Instead of having a 3-minute time period with the final minute of stoppage, we're going to go game to 7. So your overtime will start with a jump ball. First team to score 7 points will win that overtime period. We're hoping that we can pick up pace of play, keeps the game going as smooth as possible. Is there anything else that I missed as far as new rules?
No.
Did we do anything about the suspensions? About techs, no?
No. Okay. We'll get into techs and suspensions on the season. The other rule that we implemented earlier that we didn't talk about tonight, but we already implemented, Zane, you weren't in the group chat when we did this. We are implementing for this next season because a lot of guys didn't help as much as some of the others. We're implementing a point season. A point system. Thank you. A fucking Crown and Monster. What a hell of a mix.
Speaking of that,
we're also adding that to
yeah, we're adding shots of Crown and Monster.
You gotta take a shot in the penalty box now.
Alright, so we're adding a point system into the league. What that means is, shout out Ghost. What we're gonna do is,
we know when to stop Ghost.
Ghost, you there?
God damn it!
Ghost has to drive.
Alright, so we're gonna implement a point system. What we're gonna do is 3 points to be invited into season 7. Season 7, we're expanding into 12 teams. It's gonna be a hell of a fucking time. Very excited about season 7, but season 6, 3-point system. What that means is, if you are assigned, you don't give me a heads up, and on the day of, you just leave because you lost or whatever your issue is and you don't want to help. You leave, you get -1 points. But if you help, you get +1 point. As long as you have 3 points, you will be invited back. Now, there are guys that help multiple times each week. There are guys that help every single week. The person that has the most points at the end of season 6 will get a reward. Whether that's free admission into season 7.
Oh.
That's $100 value. Whether that's
Ash's Bake
some Ash's Bake Shop, whether that's some merch, whether that's anything. We don't have the reward yet.
Celly Nation After Dark.
Whether that's Dean's selfies every morning.
I charge a lot of money for that.
In the car window.
Listen, regardless.
I get it.
Regardless, there's gonna be a prize for whoever helps the most.
I keep thinking about this penalty box. Give me more.
Penalty box that man up. Put him in a goddamn box. Put him in a coffin. He's gonna drink some Monster and Crown. You're good.
You're good.
You're good. He got a drive to Haines City. God, fucking give some to Luke.
I've got 3rd graders that pour bigger shots than that.
All right. But in the comments, let me know what you guys think about these new rules, what we have going on. If you disagree with anything, let us know. We already voted, so it's too late. But if you disagree, let us know. Personally, if you have any ideas, also let us know. What I'm looking to do is, if any of you guys have seen the Savannah Bananas, they play banana ball. So they made their own rules to baseball. What they did was they studied baseball games and they found the retention rate of baseball games, and they saw that a lot of people leave their games, and once they were doing their own games, they saw that people were leaving their games early. So what they wanted to do was figure out how to keep their retention rate from 2017 or 18, whenever they started, to 2020 when they did these researches. They went from 40 to 50% of the game that people stayed to 98% on average. Now 98% of the game, their fans stay the whole entire game. That is absolutely what we're looking for, is to gain that attention span and figure out how we can keep the guys engaged. Obviously, we don't want to go the whole Savannah Banana route because I don't want to have Steve the Kid dancing,
we have theme songs
doing the
for each
moonwalk.
person?
I'm working on it.
We don't want like the thematics of it or a scripted game in that way, but we want to think outside the box. And what I've been doing is watching documentaries, watching other leagues, figuring out other sports, and trying to see the ideas. But if you have any ideas from other sports that I'm not privy to, cricket or international sports, that they may have cool rules that we can implement, please let me know in the comments. Please just DM me directly or DM any of us, and we can come communicate about that, because we still have a month and a half or so before this league starts. Before the league starts, I want to run some scrimmages. I'll buy out the gym on courtesy of myself, so that we can actually go through these rules and make sure that they make sense, so that we're not just implementing random rules. And if they don't, and if we see actually implementing the penalty box doesn't make any sense, we'll take it out. But I want to try these things out because I think that separating ourselves and making ourselves an entertainment entity is going to be the way that we can actually draw fans and make some money long term. And that's ultimately my goal and what I think that the league needs in order to grow to that next level. So hopefully you guys are all with me on this journey. You guys have all helped a long way. I could not do this without these guys and without all of you, especially the people in the comments. But you guys are fucking amazing. This is when we started this shit in season 1, I know the only people here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, 4.
Yep.
4. Half of these people here were here in season 1, playing outdoors, rain delay, heat stroke, fucking cops called on us. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Like the way that this league has grown organically is beyond the belief that I ever had. I was a rapper and that's all that I wanted to do. And now the fact that I'm like fully committed to making this dope ass basketball league and you guys are all supporting me and us is fucking insane. So let's just keep growing it as far as we can, and see where we can go.
2 days a week.
Listen, once we can buy our own fucking facility, we can have games as many times as we want a week.
I told my mom if I win the lotto, I'm building us a gym.
Let's fucking go with a goddamn Jumbotron. That's what I want. I want Yusuf's face on the Jumbotron. Please.
Bing Bongotron.
We'll rent it out for the days we're not using it, make some passive income off of it.
Easy. I can help you with all that. Listen, I'm down for it. I know that other people are down to invest in that as well. But
we all throw in like $20. We got it.
Easy. You guys won't even pay $100 for the league, but $20 is easy. Easy. But yeah, those are the ideas for season 6. That's what we have right now. I'm gonna let you guys know when I book the gym for the scrimmages. You guys can come ref, you can come watch, you can come play, and we can figure out if we like these rules, if we don't, and we can just go from there. Is there anything else we want to touch on, E?
Nah, just shout out everybody in the chat right now. We got 20 people in the chat, so shout out you guys for showing up each week. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bell.
Yeah, shout out 1v1.
Shout out 1v1.
We did hit our goal last week. We hit 25. So let's see if we get 20 again.
We hit 25 likes.
Yeah.
Hey, we want 26 likes this week.
All right, 26.
Everybody go like the video. Everybody that's watching.
20 in the.
Yeah, but people, we got like 200 views on the podcast.
Yeah.
Just go watch it and like it.
Make sure
we
you
want 26 likes on this video.
Yeah,
we want to beat last one.
26, 69.
There you go.
Yeah, we want 26 plus
likes.
69. That's way more than I know.
85. It's 95.
95.
Math is hard.
He's a captain.
6.
Now, other captains.
6.
About all the rules. Anybody wanted to add anything? And he says.
I still love the red card rule.
No, absolutely
Damn it. We're not doing it.
They voted against it.
All right.
I like it too.
No.
Nobody got anything else to add?
No one's gonna touch my 4-point line record.
Whoa.
What is it? Most amount of misses?
There you go.
Jenner!
You know who I am.
You're the Jenner.
What do you think is gonna be the first person?
I made you.
If you had to put money on
I like
somebody,
this. I like this. This is a good.
who do you think is going to be the first person to make the bing bong
A
shot?
4-point shot.
4-point shot.
Who's the first game?
He can be the first person to take it, but will he be the first
Andre
person to
Bird.
make
He's going to
it?
be the first person.
Andre Bird.
think so?
Sure.
I'm gonna put.
I'm
I'm gonna make sure Yusuf plays the first game of next season so that he can be the first one.
So
to make
he's
it.
the first guy then.
I hope so.
It's going to happen.
I hope so.
He does it at least 4
Already.
times a game
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm gonna make sure that Yusuf plays.
It's gonna be someone random, bro. It's gonna be some player that none of you, that
Fucking
the
Axel.
captain does not want them to take
And
it.
here's
Axel.
why it won't happen.
Let's go,
Because
Axel.
If any other player takes that shot, get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. We got
Automatic sub.
we got something in the crowd that they've been talking about, and people have been bringing this up. Shot clock. Now, fuck the free J ball and fuck the sex question. Sorry, Ed. The 24-second shot clock. It is an actual thing that we could add. Issue is, thank you, Tone. It's way too much. These guys can't even do the clock. They couldn't even stop it in the second half of the championship game when they're hitting shots. There's no chance we're going to have somebody competent enough to do a normal clock and a
Can't do
24-second
every
shot
game
clock. It's not going to happen. Maybe if we did like an IQ test and we put certain people on the scoreboard, we could do that, but it's still not going to happen. So unfortunately in this league, shot clock's not going to happen right now. Foul. Just foul. You don't want to go that long, foul.
Foul.
That's
Foul.
it. Well, beat the shit out of him.
Penalty.
Penalties. Put him in the fucking penalty
Power
box. Power play. I love the power play. And then we're going to add ice skating.
If we get a double tick, can we put them in the penalty box together?
They gotta
Yeah. I like that. They got to fight. They got to fight.
They
Oh, we got to
sit-
bring
no,
boxing gloves.
They sit on either
Soccer
side.
bumpers.
They sit on either side of me. I'm like, yeah. You guys are fucking idiots.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, it was a long season. I want to say shout out to everybody that came on the pod.
Shout out to Makos.
Shout out to Makos for winning the championship.
Shout out to all our help.
Yeah, shout out
Special
everybody that
thanks.
came on.
Yeah.
Shout out all the sponsors. It was a great season, guys.
Is this all the people that were on the podcast?
Yeah, at least once. If your name's not on there, it's because you're on the season 5 champions.
If I'm not on here, I'm gonna fucking kill. I'm on there.
Everybody that helped. Shout out Ash. Shout out all the girlfriends that helped out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out my family that helped out too. Shout out the other family. Shout out Ghost Dad
Yes.
for hyping up J-Ball. Lock him up, J-Ball! That was one of my favorite moments of last season. There was definitely... Shout out X's dad for showing up every single week. I know he watched the games. Shout out all the parents that came out. Shout out all the family members, the girlfriends, the fiancés, the boyfriends, everybody else that came out that supported. Thank you guys. Would not be Celly Nation without all of you. It is a huge family, a huge community, and we're happy to have you as a part of this community.
Shout out to my roommate Ash.
Shout out to them too.
For taking pictures whenever
Stephanie?
I couldn't.
Yep.
And always cleaning
And
up after
always cleaning up after every game.
Rachel?
When,
Yep.
when assholes are just leaving the bottles.
Am I
in.
saying the names correct?
Miss.
My other roommate
Superstar.
Stephanie
And
helping
Rachel?
out with pictures, and then Rachel obviously designed the dope
Yes.
ass jersey,
Dope,
all,
dope.
all from scratch.
I'm
Designed
glad.
every
I'm
little
glad that I'm
thing.
giving these names correctly.
Yeah.
They
love
deserve all the credit as
They
well.
do.
Shout out to Luke's friends and roommates. Amazing additions
Shout
to
out
this
Mrs.
league.
Hood Superstar.
Shout out
Miss
Miss
her
Mike.
stupid
And
shit.
Is there anything else you guys want to go over before we cap off? It's only a minute 17. This is an hour 17. This is
17.
pretty short. This is pretty short for the amount of round and monster that we've drank.
It's speeding you guys up.
Favorite moment of the
Favorite moment. I like
favorite
that.
moment.
Go around.
Let's
Fuck
go.
yeah. We listen. We got time. We got how much?
Dean, what was your favorite
Hold on. How much is left in that bottle?
There's a lot.
Let's fucking keep going, Dean. Let's go, Dean.
Okay.
We're fucked.
What are we doing?
Best moment.
Your favorite moment.
Favorite
Favorite
moment
moment
of season
from the
5.
season.
Favorite moment is season 5.
Season 6, my friend. No, I'm just kidding.
Season 5. The monster.
God, I gotta piss.
Cheddar. It has to be cheddar
Got a
goblin.
cup right back.
It's definitely a chat
Chug
moment.
it.
Yeah.
I got parked. It would overflow that and go.
I was
oh,
in
You know what?
I was in
I gotta
video.
say, my favorite moment, game 1, Batman getting a steal and hitting a layup
On
in
me?
transitions on Mike.
yeah, fuck you.
One of that was the loudest I've heard the entire crowd.
It was
It was
crazy.
a great moment. Shout out Batman. Fucking best
Fair enough.
season he's ever had. Amazing.
Love Batman.
Love Batman.
Love Batman.
I gotta say that was my favorite moment.
What a guy. Zany.
All right, so he said a Goblins moment. I want to say Andre Berg hitting a 3 early in the season. I say it because I played with him on the Rangers last season, and he just really was not. It was a lot of mental
He was
stuff.
told no every time he touched the ball.
Yeah, well, that sometimes. But at the end of the day,
No! Don't shoot it!
my guy Eric
Shout out,
empowered him this year, and he hit some nice shots, bro. He was a top guy on your 3-point percentage on the team.
Shout out, Andre.
Shout out
Andre,
Andre,
man.
cooking,
We
bro.
all love him.
He loves a tour of Italy. He also loves a triple dipper.
Anything with 3
Yeah, I gotta say, my favorite moment of Andre Berg is definitely the tour of Italy at the end of season 4. What is with these prices?
He
What is it? The tour of Italy is $28.
All right, I'll get
What is everybody having? I'll have the tour of Italy.
Fuck it, guys. I'm in.
God damn it, Coach Doe.
What you got?
Want to me down?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking finish this goddamn bottle. It's $50
I'd say-
finish this shit.
I'd
I'm
say
not drinking it.
me bringing in the alternates the first time against.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
That was fire.
Hey, those alternates were nice.
And then we got the alley-oop to Braylon. I felt like the gym went crazy on that alley-oop. I'd say that's one of our top moments this season. He had 40 that game too.
Yeah, that was a big game by Bray, 4 for 4 from the 3.
Now, my top moment actually came from a loss. Actually, not on the court. We actually, after, I don't know what week it was, we took the L. Me, Gene, Gino, Steven.
Oh, you went out for drinks.
We all went out for drinks.
Fair
That
enough.
was the first time I've been on a team that I've lost. And we celebrated kind of like we still won, you know? So that brotherhood, that was...
That's fire.
No.
I want to clap that up. I want to clap that up.
You see how many rebounds I had?
We lost. Let's
You
get
see how many almost assists I had?
Yeah, fuck you,
You're
Andre.
having a tough day now. We're gonna get fucked up tonight. Fuck it. What else we going
We'll
for?
take a dub anyway.
Mike,
Taking it up for
favorite moment. Favorite moment.
I don't have like a one moment that's my favorite. I think overall, just the innovation this season of the live editing, like the live podcasts have been so much fun. I have alcohol in my system, so definitely a weird one, but something that I've cherished is the friendship I gained with Juan, going to that court, being able to practice with somebody that's better than me, and being able to like get that work in. That was definitely a moment that I really loved about this season.
That was fun.
As far as my team went, it's hard to say one moment because the team just never really clicked in that way where it felt like a family, but our first win was definitely a good feeling, but I never let it get to a good feeling, if that makes sense. I feel like the outside moments is more so what I relished. I try to keep my wins and my losses very even keel. I don't like to get too high emotionally or too low. That's the way that I feel you become the most successful. So I feel like the outside moments and like realize, I guess the scrimmages and seeing everything actually no. I'm going to erase everything I just said.
Yeah, fuck you, Juan.
No. Because now I'm actually thinking about it. The moment that I think was the coolest for me was the Season 5 tryouts. I think that was the coolest moment for me by far. Having 60, there was like 80 of us there, but like 56 people pay to try out for my league. When I remember Cele Games 13.5, I posted the flyer, and you're the only guy that came to try out. And it was
So
like
you're the first tryout?
he was the first tryout for anything that I posted. But I've known Tone for 15 years, so it's like, but people were like, "Oh, you're doing tryouts now." They laughed at me in the DMs, like, "Oh, you're doing tryouts now for," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's we're trying to get players, and they made fun of it. And then to get to the point where 56 people paid.
The whole gym was packed.
Yeah, it was packed.
And then not only that, they messaged us afterwards and said, A, this is the nicest jersey we've got from a tryout, and B, this is the best organized, and a shout out to you guys, this is the best organized tryouts we've ever been a part of. That's like, that to me was the pinnacle feeling, like, oh shit, we're on to something right now when this many people are interested in being a part of it. And we had seen that in Season 4.
Right.
We had seen, there was 60, 80 people out there for Season 4 tryouts as well. I know you've been there for every tryout now. There was a lot of fucking people, but it was free.
Yeah.
Paid in a gym, matching jerseys. That I think was my pinnacle, and I know that's like a weird one, but it really showed me the growth of the league and like showed that we're going in the right direction. This many people want to be a part of it.
Very valid,
Real quick, before Parker, I actually forgot one more person. Andre Berg was actually there when we took that L. Shout out Berg.
Fuck you. I love it, Berg.
What'd you guys get drinks?
Some Mexican
It was BOGO margaritas.
He got the triple margarita.
Who had the? Oh, it was for Gene's birthday. Gene's birthday. He had the fucking sombrero on.
I love that
tequila shot.
my favorite moment of the season, I have one on court, one off the court.
Cheddar Goblin?
Yeah, Cheddar Goblin's up there. That video has taken off. Dean is now the Ched. He's the Cheddar Goblin.
The Ched.
On the court, it was Yusuf falling, hitting the ground.
That's a great one.
Hitting the ground really hard. Grabbing. I think it was Vapo Rub or Vicks, and he smacks his elbow and gets back. I laughed so hard I fell over on the sideline with the mic in my hand. Yeah, I laughed so fucking hard. That was hilarious. I love the funny shit. The funniest thing that happened all season was when we did the podcast with me, you, Fadi.
Tyson, yes.
He's gonna win the game. The Panthers.
Not only was Kyson a Ghost Rider, and I go, Kyson, we won't ask you because you're already gonna pick the Ghost Riders. He goes, no, I won't. I'm picking the Panthers.
Dude, I sent that video at least 5 times in the chat. It's the funniest fucking video.
Somehow we get to the end of it, and Kyson goes, we should do an international versus U.S. players. And we go, how will we do that, Kyson? And he goes, well, how about we have the whites and the blacks play the Hispanic players and use.
I'm out.
I laughed so hard. I sent that clip to my brothers. I sent it to my high school art teacher. It was so.
My linguistics in college.
Kyson, I love you. I'm glad everybody's okay from the oil fire. I'm glad everybody's all good. I love you.
Kyson.
That was my favorite moment, Kyson.
I'm so glad you mentioned
segregation.
that completely. Like just
it killed me. It killed me.
Oh my
The
god.
winner gets to keep their civil rights.
No votes in the league.
Can I tell you? Whites are winning. They always come out on top somehow.
God damn it. Alright.
We're getting canceled after that one. Guys, make sure this podcast go viral, please.
Luke, go ahead. You got Monster and Dasani in the chat.
section. I'm out of there.
Alright, Luke, besides winning the championship,
No.
Nope, we're taking that.
We're taking that away. We're taking that away.
Winning, obviously. Winning is
I don't want to crawl against
the highlight of the season. Like, I'm sorry you guys can't
I love
relate.
that. Thank you. Fuck you, Luke.
Hey, Mike, can you give me a beer?
I got you.
Anybody else need water or anything?
Nope.
I'll take water.
Let's see.
Winning the championship.
Winning the championship, obviously. I'm just happy that I enjoyed playing with my team.
Yeah.
Like, every single one of my guys. Like, yeah, Yusuf and I argued sometimes, but I still enjoyed playing with him. And watching him do his little slow motion shit pissed me off because it worked every time. And it's
crazy how much it works.
It throws you off. Chaos as a defender.
Playing with guys that I actually enjoyed playing with and that I learned a lot from too, because again, we all know Shot Doc, very smart guy. Joel was teaching me how to actually make moves to the basket and have them actually work for me, not just because it works for other people. This was an overall a good season. Even if we lost, this would still be my favorite season because I enjoyed every person I played with. I also enjoyed beating La Familia twice. That was really nice. Like I said from the start, there's one team I'm afraid of, and it's La Familia. And Tone and I both agreed whoever won out of our game was definitely going to win the championship. Like, we knew it from the start.
Came into fruition.
We knew it, but
There you go.
I'll tell you my least favorite moment, Yusuf hitting the game winner against the Magicians.
I know your face. You're like.
I was literally literally hit the ground, and I'm like, you fucking kidding me?
Hey man, he made a big.
But he made it.
His shirt came off too.
He did.
Magically.
Ghost. Your favorite moment.
Favorite moment. I don't really think I have an actual moment. I think just what resonates with me more was the actual impact I had on Axel's kind of impact of the game. Just being able to kind of love the game a little bit more and play kind of freely. You saw him kind of evolve as a player and kind of come into his own. We all know what he can do outside on the court. Be able to have a captain to just say, hey, go out and do what I know you can do. Kind of resonated with him a little bit more this season, and obviously to be able to score and get the rebounds and kind of get the recognition that he deserves, because we all know he's a beast.
Underrated passer. That pass to Trayvon, the behind the back where he dunked it.
Yeah,
great play.
Axel's a hooper.
Yeah,
Axel can play, man. So actually seeing him to be able to actually enjoy this season as a player, which he told me personally was amazing for me, because just being able to have him, in a space to, put him to be productive, be successful, and actually have fun. Even if we had, kind of a losing season, he still had fun. That was
that's what it's all about, man.
That was, that's what it was for me. And then having Ziggy also as well, and Ryan, they played a big part. And it even traveled outside the court. Now we hang out on a day-to-day basis. So kind of what we all stem from, making it more of a family kind of affair. Ziggy and I ourselves kind of locked in this season to kind of put ourselves in a position to get better before next season. So, me and him have been locked in the gym, kind of working on some stuff. So, shout out to Ziggy for getting me locked in and, getting ready for next season. So hopefully, we're all ready to go. And I look to try to get some of my guys that I had on the Ghost Riders this season, because you guys are all family. So if I can get you, I'll get you. If not, you're always a Ghost Rider forever. But I'm looking to just, obviously put the best foot forward and just, as a first season as a captain, it was great. For me, it was just phenomenal.
I will say this, dude. You did the best job of making your bottom round players like the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Chan, Axel, Ziggy.
Yeah.
Like, that's a tough thing to do, man. It really is. So, shout out to you for that.
Axel's just a confidence guy, and I was so happy to see that he was actually having confidence when he had the ball.
Well, it helps playing. He was a longtime friend of yours, so, he brought you into the league.
Just having... building the camaraderie with your guys.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, just the camaraderie, to be able to go out there and just facilitate and obviously work as a team to obviously win. And we had some wins, we had obviously some tough losses, but overall Axel came into his own. He was able to make some success of this season, and he just said he enjoyed this season the most out of any season he's actually played. So for me, I feel like anyone's paying to go play, you want to at least obviously get your bang for your buck and enjoy it. And as much as he's been a part of Cele Nation, to obviously say this was his best season, I can probably I put that on my mantle as that's something that I helped create. So that was a big focal point for me this season.
Well,
goddamn.
What the fuck?
I've been playing with Axel.
Shout out, you're on the wrong hole.
I feel like 90% of the league that was returning enjoyed this season the most.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
You said 90%?
I think 90% of returning players enjoyed this season the most of any of the seasons.
Do you know the other 10%?
Lock him up, Joe!
I would assume Zane didn't play much.
No, Zane still showed up for me and coached the fuck out of my team.
I saw him in his fucking
That's why he's right
shirt.
here.
I saw him out there. Fucking jumping.
He was my guy that I drafted for that value. I knew he was going to be a second.
Come on, Greg, give me 2 minutes!
I love Zane. Zane's a two-time champ.
We got 5 Give me 2 strong minutes!
Alright, Sauce, what do you got?
500 minutes.
There are 3 things. Firstly, the fact that most people thought we couldn't score 60. So that
I voted.
Thank you, Mike.
He said most people.
I was the only one in that first podcast.
Most people
Then
didn't
you got
think
Phil.
we could pull out 60. And
No, I took the over beforehand. Let's just be clear.
Yeah, we did. Before Phil, like the team that I originally drafted, like there's a bunch of people that were overlooked, and I enjoyed that part of it, of being able to prove people wrong in that sense, because I knew what we had in us, and for that to finally come to fruition was a great moment. Because we, every single player that I got, we all felt that we were overlooked in some way, shape, or form. So that was an awesome moment. And then, because at the same time, Jacob Nolan had his first points of the season, like that layup. Yeah. It was dope.
Yeah, but he had his best game, the game where Boogie pulled him out 3 times.
Yeah, right, exactly.
He says MIP loaded.
Aside from that, the second thing is just our group chats. Our Reaper group chat was fucking wild. But I haven't had a team be that close-knit since I became captain, since season 3.
I mean, besides Nick trying to trade everybody and make trades every single one.
Well, that was the hilarious part of it, because it was he would include himself. Yeah. That was the best part.
All right, guys, I guess I'm getting traded.
Yeah, literally in the rep chat.
Yeah.
The rep chat was wild.
Oh, I wasn't. No,
the Reaper group chat was one of my favorite things, because it just we all genuinely went out there for each other, and it really came down to it was us against the world. That's the vibe we had every time we went into a game, and that's why it was the first team that bought into the idea of we have to play defense, and we're going to play gritty, and we're going to play in our way and see what happens. We're going to live with the result either way. And that was fulfilling to me as a captain. And then after that, just on a personal level, not blowing up and having my own sort of head on my shoulders throughout the season, and being the calm one, oddly enough, throughout the season.
Shout out to you for that.
No, and that was, in all honesty, it was something that I went into the season that I wanted to grow in that sense. Cause I'm all right, if the captain of the ship is losing his mind, like, what do you expect the crew to do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I went into the season with, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't draft. I wasn't caught up in, oh, this person's this talent level, this person's that talent level. It really was just, I want to play with these guys, and that was that. So those are my 3 moments. This has been the most fulfilling season as a captain for me. And I know people get caught up in like, oh, Reaper's a bad omen, but like, that's bullshit. And the reality is, it just matters who you draft. And in spite of the fact how this season ended, I would do it all again with the guys that I had, even after the trade too. I love Sterling and Jacob Nolan, by the way. Those guys are great. Like, you saw the impact they had when they got traded from the Magicians. Yeah. And a lot of that had to do with the foundation that we were able to build.
Yeah, they were positive. Reapers. They were so positive.
Right. And then, even Jacob Nolan's like, hey, I hope you don't mind. Like, I took some of your game plan over to the Magicians when we go to play La Familia, for example. It's like, yeah, totally fine. Like, you're receptive to coaching. Sterling, like, coming into the season, jacking up threes and be like, oh, like, there's another way, like, there's another level for me to play, and seeing that development again. Mm-hmm. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm captain. That's what I do this for the development of other people. It's not so much, it's great if the byproduct is you get a championship out of it. Like, obviously that's what we all play for, but again, the development, seeing people grow from beginning to end, and being sort of the example of that, growing from season 3 as a captain to now as a captain. That's why I do this at the end of the day. So those are my 3 most.
I agree. I think we've seen the most growth out of all the players in all the seasons.
In this season?
Yep. I feel like people like Chan, Axel, yourself.
The veterans.
Myself,
the veterans of the league.
Yeah, the veterans of the league.
Yep. Ghost. I can't stress it enough. Like, Fonzo to me, like, last year for me it was kind of...
Ish.
Yeah, Ish.
Luke in his captain, 2nd year as a captain, wins the championship.
Fadi.
Yeah. Fadi. The first team he didn't quit on.
He didn't quit on season 1. It
no,
was just hot as hell.
You're right.
But again, he didn't quit.
That's what it's about, you know. Last season it was Kyson. You know, everyone has a perception of them, and it's like, all right, what can I do to make that? First of all, make this person buy into there's another level to them as an individual. Go guard the best player, Kyson, and you get the best out of him. And this season, as Fonzo, is like everyone has a view of you as a hothead. So what can you do out there? He goes out there and shoots 45% from 3. Like, nobody saw that coming out of him. But it's like you put these people in positions and where you have a high expectation of them, and then they meet those expectations and exceed them in some ways.
It's great to see.
That is so fulfilling, and
you're right.
That's really what it's about to me.
I agree. That's awesome. Thank you, Sauce. That was
favorite Sauce blow up.
Favorite Sauce?
Definitely being down 36-3.
Teaching 6th grade.
Yeah,
coach 6th graders.
He's got 2. He's got the yes. You like that one because you won the game off of that.
I like the goddamn it because
the ref one is great too. Bitching about that, but the 6th graders is a phenomenal fucking.
It's a great clip.
Just from this season, I love the
get the fuck off my bench.
Oh my gosh,
that was a shit show.
Listen, that was my first blow up.
That was your first blow up.
It was the playoffs. That's why I blew up. Hey, I apologize. I went over to apologize, and that was another.
You had every right to blow up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, regardless of the right that I have to blow up, it's whether or not I should. Which is why I went over there and apologized.
It was a crucial part of the game that happened.
No, and I understand
it was towards
that.
The
but
end.
The reality is, it's so much bigger than just basketball. I mean, that's been the biggest change in my perception of what's going on. Yeah. So I was like, all right, this is an individual. Like, yes, it's a playoffs for me, but let me go apologize because there's a better way to handle the situation. So that's why I'm it.
It's the first season.
Just fuck him up, right?
This is the first season I kicked the ball.
Oh my god.
First season I got that mad. Yeah. And I got really mad in season 1, but I kicked the ball. I said, how the fuck are we losing to the goddamn Reapers? What the fuck is going on?
Again, I went into that game and this is what's so funny, is when people watch me ref and they're like, you want the Dogs to win. I'm like, I'm the last fucking person.
Nobody wants us to win.
No.
Take that out of the question. Not a single person wants us to win.
But more than anything, there's
very clear.
Red and blue rivalry is a completely different thing. And it has been even in Cele games. That's a whole different thing. And I'm going into these, that's not what's at the forefront. I want to beat you out, but I want to beat you out your best. I want to beat you the right way.
Yeah.
So, I get it.
No, after my big rant on the 3rd podcast, the reffing was even. The reffing was fair for our team, and the reffing was fair across the board.
It was fair from the beginning.
I think so. And now, let me say this. Piggybacking off of that, one of the best ref seasons, and now all refs will be certified through the NHSAA. I believe that's what it's called. It's a high school certification. They could ref at high school. I'm making all of the refs take this 2-hour class. It's a certification class. 3 of our refs already have taken it. I'm going to take it on my flight to Italy. And everybody else is going to have to take that before they ref. So they're going to be certified referees. None of this bullshit of, they're not just player refs anymore. Yes, they are, but they took a course. They're going to be just as qualified as any other ref that we would have hired. The difference is they care about this league and they want what's best for the league, so they're going to try even more than the guys that we would hire. So when you're bitching at the refs, just remember they took their time out of their off season, out of their day, to make a 2-hour commitment to become a better ref for you.
Can I speak
so
on
basically,
that,
you can bitch, but bitch respectfully.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, and I do need to address this. This was a season again where, as far as reffing, I wanted to take a step back because it is stressful. My thing is like, if you're going to berate the refs to the point where it becomes personal, you really got to look at yourself in the mirror, because half of y'all will not ref on your own. Half of y'all will not step into that position, and y'all really got to do a much better job of understanding that. Like, each one of us is an individual person at the end of the day. Like, each one of us is not just a quote-unquote zebra. Like, we're out there reffing because we care, and most of the people that do the most egregious level of like personal attacks, like you'll never put on that shirt, you'll never put on that whistle. So watch how you talk to them, because they're just fucking people. Like, none of us are getting paid for that either. It's fucking hilarious over here.
And apparently,
Mike, can you explain why we're laughing?
I figured it was something.
I agree with you, Sauce. I agree.
Okay.
A lot comes with the strike.
I won't say it.
Say it. We need it.
Eric, we need it because you're the one who gets shit on most more often.
It comes with the stripes.
So that's exactly. But this is my thing. You got something to say too?
Say it, Dean.
Come on, Dean. The class wants to know.
No, it's funny.
I gotta say it.
Go ahead.
Mike, you're out to the podcast. I gotta say it now.
Alright. Scratch my favorite moment. I love you, Batman, but this has got to be my favorite moment of every season. Donnie McLovin. Donnie. Every time he gets mad at a ref missing a call, he will say some like metaphor or something. He goes, "Does a bear shit in the woods? Is there a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?" Every time, like just saying like you missed the obvious foul,
Oh my God.
but he's using a metaphor instead.
It's a metaphor when he called Pat the N-word. No, Ryan. He called Ryan. Screamed it at him. Hard R.
Kyson? No, Kyson would do that.
Oh, but I was like this.
I remember he came
He
up
must
to
have
me
said,
and he was
"My
like,
skin is black, right? You see it?" Like, I don't know, something. Oh my God.
he came up to me and was like, "Do you love the game?"
He literally does that every single time you miss a call. I've been a ref, and he stares you in the eye, and he'll say some type of metaphor or
He looked
something.
me in the eye. He was
It is a
like,
funny.
"You're ruining the game of basketball."
Yeah, no. I've been on the receiving end. I'm sure Sauce has, where he just if you miss a call, Zane definitely has.
Well, no, so
He stares in your eyes and he says something hilarious.
well, this is another thing though, as far as reffing, because there was a time where, like, season 3, if I was reffing and I got attitude, I would reciprocate that. And I realized, like, as far as reffing, if you go over and just have a conversation, it's like, hey, what did you see there? As a ref, this is what I saw. And
so funny.
like, that's the thing that's frustrating is like we call what we see.
Exactly.
And I can't see everything.
Exactly.
That's why we got 3 guys. Like, if one person could see everything, then one person would ref the game.
Exactly.
But that's not the reality. And my thing is, like, if you would not yourself put yourself in the ref's shoes, if you're not going to ref a game, you got the least amount of say in it. And I understand, like, some people are worried about their safety, like all that stuff. I get it's frustrating playing through that, but you can't at the end of the day start diminishing people from what they are at heart, which is a human. Like, you're playing with guys that, this is a community. We're playing with guys we want to play with. We're playing with guys we enjoy playing with. And you have to realize that even in the middle of a disagreement. And that's my biggest thing. And sauce is sauce. I'm alright.
Before we close it out, in the comments or in the room, is there anything else you want us to recap from season 5 or go over for season 6 before we close it out for the final podcast of season 5, the season fucking finale? Like, subscribe, 26 likes on the video. Can we get that?
We got 10 so far.
Alright, I have a question for Parker.
We got a question for Parker.
If you had to rank where the captains would go in the draft, season 6, if we weren't captains, where do you think each person would go?
I like that.
one.
That's fun.
I like that one.
That's fun.
And Parker's
Which
the only
round?
one who can say it.
Yeah, well, just say round.
Am I saying
Pick. You don't have to say pick. Just round.
Am I saying round?
Yep.
So
Yes.
Just say round.
Start here and then
how many
go around
rounds
here.
do we have?
Yeah, 8.
You
Right?
got 8 rounds.
8 rounds.
8 rounds.
Yep.
And I'm just going off play. People are
Yes.
gonna get upset.
Gameplay.
Yes.
What you know about each?
I'm not a first rounder. God damn it.
Everybody, I would take everybody here first. I wouldn't.
No, but you gotta take.
But
You have to take into value, and I'm not going to alter your decision.
Yep, just say it.
No.
Based on what you think. Don't influence them.
I'm taking Sauce. If I need my guard help, I'm taking Sauce in my 5th round.
Last
starter.
No.
I'll take Sauce.
No, first person off the bench.
Unless your captain doesn't start.
Oh, yeah.
6 man.
Either starter or 6 man.
I'd say starter, 6 man in that realm.
Okay.
Ghost, I will take you a little under Sauce. I take you in that 6, maybe late 5, 6 to 7. That's where I would put you. Luke, your speed attribute.
Gotta put emphasis on the speed.
Luke is if you guys don't know, Luke's the fastest player in
No,
the
he got outran by Nick today. He got outran by Nick.
I did not. He was already ahead of me.
Fucked him up.
He was already ahead of me. This is bullshit. This is slander.
Alright, well, the only way to solve this, you guys have to race game 1 before the game. You have to race season 6.
Just say, Nick outran him. Your sneaker
not.
diarrhea.
He was already ahead of me.
He diarrheaed on him.
We will solve it.
Start training, Nick. Game 1, we're racing.
Yep.
That's how we're running jump balls. That's jump balls.
I think another idea I had, which I don't know if we should, but put the ball in the middle and we do it like dodgeball. I thought that would be hilarious to start the game. But hey, one more thing while he's in the comments, Batman, you had a hell of a season. All jokes aside,
Batman.
As far as your play went, you did have an impact on the court. But as far as your attitude went, and your attitude as far as a community member in this league, we appreciate and we all recognize the change that you have and the value that you brought to this league.
Thank you,
thank you very much for being a phenomenal teammate, for being a great player. We all really do appreciate you, and I do think your draft stock has gone way higher based on the fact that you have been a phenomenal teammate.
Yep.
So shout out you before Parker gets back into it.
A city near you or team near you.
I'd take you late 6, early 7. That's where I'd put
I'm fine with
that
that.
right there. Well, you guys got to think about
I also didn't play at all.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You don't play with me. This is never.
Where's
been
that? Where's that?
Fucking somebody give this man some
My
credit.
usage is like
man, I'm dry.
Get him on the ground.
There's a bear shit in the wood. Get him in the That's another story.
We're on mic now, right?
Yeah.
Black and dark
color. I'd take you
That's good. Thank you.
in
Second, third.
my later 4th round.
I don't agree, but go ahead.
I know.
I say second, third.
round.
Late second, early third.
No, I'm a 3rd rounder.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not even close.
I go 3.
3rd rounder.
Late 4.
He's a 4th or 5th rounder. He's a 4th or 5th rounder.
I thought this
Luke's
were
a
my
5th or
fucking
6th.
rank.
I'm giving mine because I don't agree with
I
the
thought
Parker
this was
ranking.
right.
4th or 5th.
I don't either.
Everyone
5th or
watching,
6th, 5th or 6th.
Where do you think we would all go? You gotta type it
Drop it in the comments.
Drop it in the
comments.
I'm gonna give mine because I'll be really brief. We'll do it real quick because zoom out. God damn it. Sauce 4th or 5th, 4th or 5th, 5th or 6th. Parker, he's a 3rd because I love him.
Yeah.
3rd, and he's not actually a 3rd, but I'll pick him in the 3rd because I want him on my team.
I'm a 3rd.
4th or 5th, 5th or 6th, 5th or 6th, 4th or 5th, 3rd.
You see, at my best, I feel like I'm 3rd or 4th.
That's crazy. Fourth
You don't in the league, you don't actually show your full potential. At Lakeside, sure, 3rd or 4th. But in the league, you refuse to shoot and you refuse to attack the hole with your lefty hook shot
I
that
don't
you
know
hit all
about
day
refuse.
today.
I've had Corey for 2 seasons.
You had a very passive team this year,
Do you remember
and
that
you
one time
still
at
did not
Lakeside?
take the ball.
You shot a 3 to tie the game, and then somebody did an offensive interference. Like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
you
like,
lose.
what the fuck?
Your own teammate thought you throwing him an alley-oop. Fucking
What are you
idiot.
doing?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you were going. Now
Go ahead. You
Eric.
finish your shit. You say I'm late fourth. I don't agree. I might just end the podcast.
Late fourth.
You fucking
The
J-Ball's in the chat. Free J-Ball. Everybody, free J-Ball.
Shout out JP. He said Dean with the thing, so he's
Dean with what?
I don't know what that means, but thank you. He's saying over everybody, I guess.
Dean first round?
No, not first round.
Dean is the best shooter out of all of us. Overall player, it's not Dean.
No,
Hey,
sorry.
I just want to give a shout out. My dog is watching right now. Shout out to the real Dean.
The real Dean?
Oh yeah.
Named after this Dean.
No, it's named after Supernatural.
I thought it was named after Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean.
Shout out the sausage.
Shout out,
Shout out Jimmy Dean.
Eric.
Eric is
Eric?
what round? E is my late fifth. I take E. Tone.
Is his shoulder?
Tone, I take you in my late 6, early 7.
That's fine.
Zane, I'd probably take you in late 6, early
I
7.
kind of saw that.
Dean, I'd take you in
April.
I'll take you.
Is
in
it
my-
hands up Dean or is it shooting Dean?
In my very early 5.
Again, these are the at their best. At their best.
What are we talking about? Our peak. Our peak.
You're going. Hey, if you're going
Dean is the best shooter.
Let me say, if you're saying at your peak, that's insulting to every single one of us because we're not that bad. I don't think any single one of us is a 7th round pick. Just to be clear.
All right, what other
I don't think
captains
any
dropped
single one of
20
us.
points in the game? Besides Mike.
Me,
That's
and him,
Twice.
and him,
And him, yeah, that's
yes,
true.
That is
three
right.
of us.
Over the past 3 seasons,
He had a phenomenal game last season though too.
Yeah, that's true. You did take
And then you went to a fucking Alaska.
Like,
You had a double, and then you just. I'm gonna go to Alaska. Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm not gonna miss a shot, and I'm gonna get every rebound, and I'm just gonna run away.
We didn't have any 3-pointers that game either. That was all paint.
Oh yeah, all you had was fucking transition, fucking layups and rebounds. It was phenomenal.
Season has been much better. It's been
3-point champ over here, man.
Yeah,
Come on now.
wow. You actually contributed.
What a bad segment that was.
over the last 2 seasons,
I don't agree at all, Parker.
We're all been
I don't
six
agree.
rounders, apparently.
I don't agree.
over the
I'm
last-
fourth.
Over the last 2 seasons,
Fuck
I've
you.
averaged 4 shots a game, so I'm not scoring 20.
Yeah, but the Gators was your worst season.
But
and
now
you're doing better.
you can average 16 if you hit all 4s.
Hey, touche.
What's our last segment? Let's wrap it up.
Batman.
Shot, I'll take off my shit.
Batman asks a question.
All right.
Who's the kid's agent?
I don't
We
fucking
don't know
It's Jarvis.
who's his
It's
agent.
Darvis.
But we do know his agent stole his money. Because apparently he sent his money to his agent
He
to
did
pay
it.
for the league.
But listen, how many people are in the chat?
But
21 people. Not even 21 people have paid for season 6. So
if you can
send
find,
me $100.
if anybody
Let's
can
fucking
find
pay
who
for
knows
it.
money,
Hey,
Fuck Uno. Send me $100 so we can get the fucking. I already paid for the gym. Send me the $100 so that I can pay for the gym. I can pay for the jerseys. I can pay for the whole fucking league. Send me the $100.
so we can play some ball.
Zelle 610-787-0521. Cash App $franchise the rapper. Venmo at Michael Scalco. Send it. Send it. How fucking hard is it?
None of that works.
Not Michael.
407
Let me-
608
Let me do you one
150.
solid.
I'll make sure he gets some.
Did they see it?
Yeah, no, get closer.
Put it a little bit closer.
Is it your dick pics?
That's my Zelle. Cash App, Venmo, screenshot.
Hey, Batman
send me it, or go to
Batman
the
said
fucking
he's sending it right now. Batman said he's sending
Thank
it
you,
right
Batman.
now.
Well, this is a successful podcast if I get $100.
We're not going to end the podcast until that money comes through.
So we got any other
My phone is over there. Any other topics? Sauce, you're a smart guy. Any other topics you
I
want
was
to go
gonna
over?
say
You're a smart guy.
He is. He
Thank you.
He taught 6th graders.
we had a bunch of awards this season.
All right.
If you were to make an all Celly team,
All awards.
All right. Last topic.
I like
All time.
all time.
I like all time.
Celly
All
team.
time.
Although
you
most of
putting
us
on?
have come season 2 or later, but half of us have come season 1, so we can go all
Yeah,
time.
all time.
Who you putting on that starting 5?
Now, before let's disclaimer: are we going of that season? So, say, are we going season 5 Sway? Are we going season 4 Dom? Are we going off of the season performance? Are we going overall player?
I would say overall.
Overall.
Player.
Okay.
Overall.
You can pick the season that they were good in, but I would just say
Yeah,
overall.
overall.
Just so we have clarity.
Hey, Alfred sent it.
This is the last thing we're gonna end on here. We're going starting 5 all-time Selly Nation League players, their team, 1 through 5, center, power forward, small forward, unless you want to go 2 forward, and then
no Selly games, just Selly League.
Just Selly Nation. Just Selly Nation.
Who wants to start, Dean or Sauce?
So let Sauce go. He's fired up.
He's sauce.
He's sauce. I'm a traditionalist as far as point guard goes. I'm starting Chief at my point guard.
Over Chef.
Over Chef.
He may have Chef.
Just as far as the facilitation is concerned.
All time teams. Are we doing all time teams?
All time.
All time.
Yeah, all 5 seasons.
Marcus is up there too. But Marcus hasn't had the best Selly Nation seasons. I've seen Chief lead the league in assists multiple seasons. So I'm going with that. At my 2, I'm going to go Sway. I'm gonna go Sway at the 2. I need somebody who can defend and go get his bucket. At the 3, I'm going Braylon. Braylon at the 3. I think JoJo would go great at the 4.
All time.
JoJo.
Yeah.
Season 1 JoJo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6'6", can shoot, can
Season
get the
1
basket,
MVP.
plays great defense, and I'm gonna go Joel.
Ooh, Joel.
At 5.
I like that.
Joel, center Joel. Yeah.
Not 1v1.
Not 1v1.
Not 1v1.
He's not coming back, right?
Payne Gonzalez, he has so Joel had a torn ACL after season 3. Not sure if he's coming back for season 6. He actually is the freshman high school coach at CHS now. He was one of the guys that helped push us behind the scenes. So he
shout out Joel.
Yeah,
shout out Joel. Big fan of that guy. He's a phenomenal guy. Made a connection for us to get the gym for the All-Star games in Mary Jane as well. So shout out Joel. Very nice guy.
Real quick, we got a starting 5 on the in the chat by Batman. We got Johnny, Donnie, Dom, Kenny, and Vinny.
It's a very good 5.
Batman.
No,
That's a very good 5.
Vinny's right there with JoJo for me, like at that 4 spot.
Very good 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Batman.
Ghost. What's your 5?
My first would be Mike Ingersoll at the 1.
Wow. Mike Ingersoll.
I'm definitely.
Don't sleep
like
on him.
Mike.
Yeah, Ingy.
The second would be Sway.
I like
My
that.
third would be Dom. My 4th would be. That 4th position's tough.
Yeah, Vinny, you got. I mean,
Any forward.
How do you even throw
we
Braylon?
don't have a lot of big men.
I'll go Brandon Bennett
Ooh.
as my 4th,
Spank.
and then Nick Choi as my 5th.
Nick Choi. Wow.
That's a big team. I like the Choi
You might be
boy.
able to play Phil at the 4 too.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying too.
I'm going with the Twins. I got Nacho.
Got the 1 and 2.
I got Nacho and Sway. I'm taking Ingy. I love Ingy to death. Taking Braylon at the 4, and then Joel at the 5th.
I like that.
I love that.
That's a
I
good
would
5.
have so much fun with those guys.
It's a good 5.
It's a solid
That is a
team.
good 5.
It's a
Parker?
solid team. I'm going Twins as well. I'm going Notch Sway. My 1 and 2 combo. They can just
Can someone make that happen? Both of them?
please for the love of Christ.
It will for the All-Star team, and we're having practices.
God, they're
We're gonna fucking. I'm gonna do something special.
I've had 'em in my
You guys wait.
All right.
They're so fucking good. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
It makes
I'm
me
very
sick.
excited.
It makes me sick. Could you imagine if they didn't split in the egg and they were a 1?
I like it. A little taller.
I'm kidding. I'm so blessed. We get 2 of you sickos.
If they were 12 feet tall, it would be crazy.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Last season, I tried to get both of them, and then Mike was like, "No, you're not. You're taking one or the other." It's like,
Well,
alright.
Noah did. No, I'm not gonna say.
No. Last season, Mike and I were talking because he was helping me because it was my first time drafting, and I was like, I want to go Nacho, and I would really like to get Sway with him. He's like, no, I'm taking one of the 2. I was like,
It fell in his lap.
I had to.
It's
You
not
had to.
I had to. I'm sorry. I love.
It was
I
an
love
obvious
both of them.
choice
Yeah,
in that
no.
moment. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But you heard what he said, Zane. I helped him unbiasedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I 100% will do the same for you.
Thanks,
I did
bro.
the same for him.
My-
He called
yeah.
me. Ghost didn't want my help, but
He
he
helps
called
everybody,
me.
yeah.
I will gladly help you anytime you need some help. So
Thanks,
If you
just
won a championship,
Oh,
I
Really?
just make the playoffs. So.
Realistically, any of us will.
Yeah.
And even before this season, we all talked like we all will help each other because realistically, that's.
We even let each other get players.
We
to
did.
swap.
Like-
Yeah. We're like, hey, I want this. I really want this guy. I want this guy. Let's agree to not steal
Tom
him
really
in this
wanted to
round.
play with Braylon,
Yeah.
and we were like,
Fuck
fuck
that
it,
happened, yeah.
Yeah.
take Braylon.
you really wanted Santi. We
Yep.
traded picks. I mean,
Yep.
granted, it worked out in my
Ghost-
favor, but
Ghost wanted Axel. We're like, all right, no
Yeah.
one's gonna touch
No
him.
one's gonna touch
I
him.
asked for Mitch.
Yep.
That was my one request. I said, is anybody going to pick Mitch before the 5th round? Do I have to pick Mitch in the 4th?
Yeah.
And they all respected my wishes.
So we all want to have fun, want the team we
realistically,
want. Yeah.
I want everybody to enjoy
Their team.
Yeah. Because I've been on teams that I did not enjoy, and I don't want that for anybody else.
Yeah. Yep.
So realistically, anybody will help you.
Yep.
Just to be clear, this is not a list of who we think are the best at each position.
No, this is just like
your top 5.
as a unit, who would play the best in your opinion as a 5? Mike, who's your 5?
Mark.
I'm sorry.
Cut it off when I said I wish the Twins didn't split.
That's enough.
We got sidetracked.
I take the
back.
Twins.
Yeah,
Fun pick here. I'm taking Dom.
Wow.
I'm taking Dom. I think no one would ever stop that scoring. But I'm also going to do NBA rules, so I'm going to do 2 backcourt players and 3 frontcourt players.
By all means.
Braylon.
Okay, at the 4.
I'm taking Dame.
You're going to stay.
That shit. That would make
Dame.
me so fucking happy if we could make that shit happen.
Oh, yeah.
Every single player can give you 20 plus.
But who's rebounding?
Everybody,
Everybody.
fucking Sway rebounds, Nacho rebounds,
If
Braylon
you're going
rebounds.
against a team with Joel at the 5, what's going on?
Joel's one person.
Joel is
Nick
one
Choi?
person.
Nick Choi's one person.
You got JoJo and Joel though.
But your argument, I have most of those guys that you just said as well on my team.
Fuck your argument. Next.
I don't understand what you're saying.
But because he's like if Joel's the one rebounding, and you're like,
Okay.
there's more people.
So?
But like I also have those
He
same
just likes
people.
his team. He likes his small ball team.
I do like your
You guys are gonna have a high
That is,
pace of
that is an
offense.
80 points per game team right there for
Yeah.
sure.
All right,
You're
Mike.
gonna get tired though. Go ahead, Mike.
I hate to say it, but me at the 1, I have to put myself. I've won the most championships.
Those who call
I would
gay.
only take
All
myself.
right. Can I change the rules? You can't put yourself.
I have to put myself.
No, you can't.
I have to.
He's not putting himself, he's putting Mike Salico.
I would bet on myself.
Mike Skalko or Salico?
I would bet on myself. I would bet on myself.
Right.
And I know that in the comments
enough,
and in the
fair
video,
enough.
they're going to say, like, oh, fuck this guy, Nacho and Sway are better. Yes, people are more talented. Nobody
No,
wants to
this
win
is
more than
purely
me.
for a starting 5 as a team.
Yes,
not
that's why I'm.
He's
That's
answering
why.
truthfully.
That's why and I sat here through 4 people and thought I'm an asshole for saying this, but I still believe it through every name that they've said. Myself, Sway, Dom.
Well, he's going
3 season 4 dogs. 3 season 4 dogs. Then from there we're gonna stray a little bit. At my 5, I want Nick Choi.
Yeah, he's a.
At my 4, that is where I have a lot of questions of what I would do.
Vinny.
No, definitely not SDK.
Actually.
It's hard because I would go Ryan realistically because season 4 dogs I think is the best team in league history. And we're gonna find that out when we do Makos versus season 4 dogs.
I forgot about that.
Oh wow.
You want Ryan to spread the floor?
Didn't
I
announce
like
that.
I like Ryan. Shit, man.
But
It's a tough question, right?
I like. Okay, the thing is this. I love Ingy, and I would pick Ingy, but he needs shots. The thing that works so well with me, Sway, and Dom is the fact that we were able to exist cohesively and Ryan with one game we could have 3 shots and it didn't matter. We were still able to win because we just moved the ball. And there was a game where Ghost had the most shots. It didn't matter because we all were unselfish enough to pass the ball. That's why I liked about Dom, Sway, and myself as a 3, as a core. Nick Choi, we need the size to compete against these other bigs. Fuck, man, that 4 is so difficult. No, I don't want. I love Brandon Benton, but I already have Nick Choi, and I think Nick Choi is a more complete big because he actually has like post moves and he can use his size. Brandon Benton was good for my style of play because he can push the ball, but as far as an all-star 5, you're all Celly Games 5.
Why don't you move everybody down? Put Chef at your 1. You go at the 2. Dom at the 4.
Because I like me, Sway, or Dom bringing down the ball. It worked the best that way. It worked the best. We didn't win this season, and Chef was the one. We won. We dominated by 20 points in the championship when me, Sway, and Dom alternated bringing the ball down. I think that's our best version.
Dominated, Tom.
I may even just put. We beat you guys by 20. I may even put Nacho in there and say me, Sway, Nacho, Dom, and Nick Choi. And I think that would be my 5. Me, Nacho, Sway, Dom, Nick Choi. We all move the ball. We're all willing to be unselfish. Dom and Sway can
That's a
hit
great five.
Dom and Nacho can hit tough shots. Nick Choi is a presence down low. Me, Sway, and Dom can all guard the 3 best players on any team. I like that 5. I think
All
that
right.
5 competes with anyone.
Fair enough. That's a good 5. Eric?
All right, before I give my 5, we got 2 more 5s in the chat. We got Gene. He's got Nacho, Sway, Braylon, Dom, and Johnny Victor.
Johnny Victor, yeah. That's a good one.
I love Jay Vic, and it's no disrespect to him, but him and Bray are the same in the way, and you've seen it now. You've come up short 2 seasons. They're the same as they are by far the most gifted.
Yep.
It's not even close. They're the most gifted on the court. They put in probably the least effort on the court. Yeah, because they know they're so talented, they don't want to get hurt or whatever they play with. It's very clear that they're not trying 110%. They will never dive on the ground. They will never do those extra effort. What I was impressed with was the semifinals last season. JV really did put his body on the line. I really did see that from JV, and I remember watching that back and like, wow. I earned a level of respect for JV, but even playing football with him in high school, he never wanted to play that style of gritty, I will dive on the floor kind of style of game, and that's just the way it is. Same thing with Bray. He's not that. He won't. Dom will get down and dirty.
Yeah.
Sway will get down and dirty, and that's why I will take those guys over them. Although I think Bray and JV are more talented, they're not willing.
We're talking team here.
Yeah,
We're not talking
they're not willing.
player.
They're not willing to get down and dirty
it's a
to
different
win a
que-
game.
That's
They
why
don't.
you put Chief in there. So it makes
I
sense.
think that
We've been drinking monsters. We can make lists all night.
they're not willing. They're not willing to dive on the ground to get bloody or to like really give their all to get a win. They don't care about Celination that deeply. I think the other guys care about Celination that
Fair
deeply,
point,
and
fair
I think
point.
that's really the
I'll tell you what
difference.
Johnny Victor will do is dunk on me, apparently.
He will dunk on you twice.
All right, now the last person we got Ant in the chat. He said he will put season 1 JoJo.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, JoJo.
He would
Phenomenal.
put season 4 Dave.
Phenomenal.
He's gonna put season 3 Braylon.
Phenomenal.
He's gonna put season 4 Nacho.
Phenomenal.
And then season 5 Sway.
I mean, that's very hard to beat.
That's
very
very close to what I had in my head.
Dame is another guy that I could not guard.
Yeah, Dame
Could
is
not
fucking
guard.
phenomenal, dude.
And you got those like that spreads the floor.
Oh, yeah.
There's still defense out there. They're shooting.
Yep.
They're scoring at every level.
They're shooting relatively.
That's true.
Nacho is your only consistent shooter on that team. Braylon can hit shots, Dame can hit shots, but they have not shown consistently
Consistency,
through a
yeah.
season that they can hit shots. Dom and Nacho, on as far as like they have shown that they have consistently can hit
Yep.
threes. Braylon is very streaky, and Dame is very streaky as far as 3 points go in this league throughout their seasons.
My 5.
You're 5.
Let's hear it.
Going at the 1.
What you got?
Well, in all fairness, can I disclaimer this? He said last season that STK could be the number 2 option on the championship team. So let's disclaimer this
I
before
didn't
he
win
wins
a
the starting five.
championship yet. To prove
No, you came in second to last.
Eric,
You
we'll
came in
forget
second to
anything you
last.
said in the
And
past.
you won't win a championship.
Today's
with
a
that
new
fucking
day, buddy.
record.
Today's a new day.
Get your fucking crown and monster. Let's go.
probably have the most
Get
interesting
hyped.
takes. I've had CJ winning MVP.
Oh, CJ. Speaking of CJ, the actual CJ, he hit me up that he wants to come back. He said, I don't know if his work schedule, but he said he has the itch to play ball and he wants to at least come back to Lakeside.
I will
So,
say-
shout out
CJ, get that itch. Get that itch.
I fucking
Get
love
the itch
CJ.
checked out
He's
before you come play.
Season 2 CJ is the best CJ that we've ever seen.
That alley-oop to JV is still one of the best highlights in CNI.
I don't know how he saw it, but he did.
Phenomenal.
That was just like a.
And JV's dunk on Ash that season was ridiculous.
That activated Vinny immediately. He's like 3-ball after 3-ball.
That alley-oop reminds me of Marcus DeMontel. It's like the same. It was almost the same.
Marcus
play.
is a little bit deeper, but CJ's was absolutely absurd.
It was just no one expected it. That was the thing.
CJ's a great player if he isn't quitting on his team and blaming everybody else for his
He
mistakes.
did the entire, and you can attest for it.
Where's the
That
crown?
was we were in that group chat. He was
God
always
damn it,
there.
Eric.
We're almost there, boys.
Shout out
$50
CJ,
later.
one of the OGs. All right,
Starting at point guard.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, my fault.
Starting at point
All right,
guard.
starting at point guard. We're going back. Season 4 Magicians.
Gino.
1v1. God.
1v1.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I like
that's a
that
good one.
pick.
That's a good one.
Not season 2. Shooting
At my
guard.
2, I'm putting the man himself, Dom.
Jesus Christ. You're right.
That's how you know he's drunk.
He's going through it, bro.
Sorry,
I thought you were taking a piss over there.
I'm not driving. Sorry, Ash.
No, he's already
At my
He's not
two
the chef
position.
today.
But we can.
I'm going Dom. So my
Dom.
backcourt, I got 1v1 and Dom.
1v1 Dom.
All right.
Crazy.
Starting at small forward.
Nobody's stopping that.
All right.
There's a lot of
Starting at
Yeah. A lot of fighting.
starting at small forward.
Uh-huh.
Definitely going my boy Dame.
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 I
Yeah,
love
good
Dame,
choice.
man.
Good
Dame
choice.
is such a fucking nice
At the
guy.
4.
Love
Starting
Dame
at the
Lewis.
power forward.
My personal favorite play in this whole entire league.
Me?
Braylon.
Braylon at the 4.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Braylon at the 4. Okay.
Braylon at the 4.
I hate you too.
And I'm going back once again, season 4.
Nick Choi.
My big man.
So you're picking the magicians
best.
that lost in the semifinals.
And I'm adding
Plus Dame.
Dom.
And Dame and Dom.
No.
Nobody's stopping that
Dame
team. Nobody's stopping that team.
themselves.
1v1,
Exactly.
Dom,
Except for
Dame,
his anniversary.
Braylon, and Nick Choi. Nobody's stopping that.
All right, Coach Tone, what you got?
This is a good y'all gonna say I'm biased, but
You're
it's-
biased.
John Kerry, Mike Parker, Dwayne, and me.
I'm coaching this team.
Right.
I coach this team in other rec leagues, so I'm gonna pick my regular starting 5. I'm going Twins.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, didn't you lose to Patriolo?
I did, unfortunately. But we lose them in the championship every year. God damn it.
So you got Nacho.
My La Familia other leagues, y'all know this, but we love those guys.
You got
we have a
Nacho
great.
Sway at the 1.
Yeah, we're going
You could
Nacho at the 1,
Okay.
Sway at the 2,
Let me finish it though. Give me the crown, damn it.
Bray at the 3,
God
Dame
damn
at the 4, and Johnny
All
at the 5.
right.
Johnny at the 5.
Well, all right, one more time. Sorry, I was.
You got Nacho, Sway.
So Nacho, Sway, Dame, Braylon, Johnny. And I'm coaching
listen,
that team.
It's probably the most talented 5 you could have, if we're being honest. Are they going to try?
Well, if I'm coaching, they will try.
But you lost to Patriolo. But
They did try though.
Patriolo.
They played their asses off.
Here's the thing: is
We lost in the buzzer beater.
who's running the point for you? Is it Nacho?
It's usually Nacho and Sway.
Okay, they just go back and forth.
Yeah, they go back.
I
And
got
forth.
just as much as you.
We did it!
Wait, Luke, you have to hold it up
Yeah,
since you
Nacho
won.
and
It's
Sway
your
usually
trophy.
mix.
Yeah, I'm
I
going to
usually
eat some.
put
Do we have another monster?
Dame on the best
No, we can't
guard,
shout out.
Yeah.
It's not
wing,
I learned that I was wrong.
and then I put Johnny to guard the big because he can do
Hold
it.
up, there's a little bit.
And
Not
then
much.
Bray's
not
just a
much.
bucket.
I mean, you got.
That's why
you
there's a
got
blanket.
transition. My only concern again is the effort. We're assuming they're at the best though.
No, I'm assuming that they're going to be the
Who'd you
normal.
say again? You said the Twins?
The Twins.
No chance they're beating us.
Dame,
They're not
and
beating
Johnny.
me.
Johnny. That's a good 5.
Hell of a 5.
It's a very talented 5.
And we play in other leagues and they play their asses off.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you get to see them together at the end of the day.
yeah, we play with each other almost once a week. So I mean, and all those 5 guys can say they love playing with each other because we do it every couple months.
Did he?
Pause. But hey, our group chats are always positive. We have a great time playing with each other. We've known each other since back in high school. Y'all so gay, man.
Hey, those who call gay are gay. Next.
But like I said, I love that 5, and I'll play with those 5.
That's a great 5.
Yeah, you're going to deal with their fiddles. All right, Zane, go ahead.
Who you got?
So I got point guard.
It's been tough. It's been. I've been thinking a lot, but Nacho.
Starting at point guard Nacho. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nacho.
I feel like Nacho and Sway.
It's
hard to-
positionless. It's
hard to say.
positionless.
I got someone that
Outside
no
of
one
them.
said.
But
Batman.
I'm gonna. I think at the
J-Ball.
3,
Batman
I
and
probably
J-Ball.
put Juan there.
Yeah, one.
All right, so what you got? What you got? You got Nacho, Sway, Juan.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the 5, I mean, maybe this counts, maybe it doesn't, but I'd probably put Trayvon. He's not going
Fair
back.
enough. That's okay.
No,
he
he
still
played.
played.
Fucking
Nick Choi only
disgusting.
played one
He is.
season.
He is.
Yeah, and the
Difference
4th
is Nick
spot
Choi
has
was a
been
right
tough. I mean, I'm thinking Braylon, but he's obviously. I mean, sometimes the effort isn't totally there, but it's hard. I mean, he's just fucking nasty, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd probably say Bray. So the Twins, Juan, Braylon, and Trayvon.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Take
Dean.
it home, Dean.
It's on you,
Mean
buddy.
Green.
I'm going to say someone that no one said the entire time. I'm going Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie at the
You're
1.
fucked.
Donnie. Well, no, not
He's
at the
gonna
1.
get
Not
his.
at the 1. I'm not going in any order.
Okay, you're just
I'm
naming
just- I'm
5.
just
Okay,
naming-
yeah.
Yep, just naming 5.
Your group.
I'm going OGs here.
Okay,
I'm going
Donnie.
OG.
Chili.
No. I love chili. I love playing.
Honestly, I would pick chili at the 4. I should have picked chili at the 4.
Chili. Okay.
Chili.
25.
I've never seen somebody pick their knees up so high to sprint back on defense. I fucking love chili.
Chili's a great player.
I love chili.
Donnie.
Don.
I'm going small ball here.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Smell ball.
Donnie, the twins.
Oh hell no. Okay. Damn it.
Donnie and the twins.
What happened? What did I say?
Braylon.
So Julie and Monique.
Yeah, Julie and Momo.
All right, who's your 5? Who's your last guy, brother?
All right, so Donnie, Julie, Momo, Braylon.
Yeah.
I gotta say it, Vinny.
Vinny.
Oh, Vincito.
Vinny.
If you're gonna go Donnie and Vinny, you gotta put
Yep,
me. You gotta put me, AJ, Vinny. If you want to go.
No, and if you're putting Donnie and Vinny, it's gotta be Batman. Thank you.
There you go.
It's gotta be okay. If you want to go the all
You
time,
want me to pick the whole team?
if you want to go the all time AJ team,
Mike.
If
Batman.
you want to go AJ's all time team, it's me, AJ, Vinny, Batman, J Ball. Easy 5.
No, I.
You got Donnie, Nacho Sway,
Braylon, and Vinny. Vinny is a true big, and I think you could attest for that.
Yeah, but Nick Troy's a better big. I love Vinny.
I don't think
Nick Troy's more talented.
Vinny,
what season, Vinny, are you talking?
Vinny for us was pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
Vinny.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Against no bigs.
Is that red team?
Yes.
There was no.
There was no bigs.
There was no bigs.
Johnny was the only other guy that was above 6'4".
I got injured in the first game.
I'm talking.
Well, let me say this. Season 2, if you want to go against any team, there was no team with a winning record outside of us. We went 7-0. Every other team had a losing record. There's no team.
That's true.
There's no team that was good that season. Vinny was fine, but the only other big was Dante, who's 5'11", and Cisco, who dribbled like this. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about?
Let's go.
Big.
Look, there's a lot of honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Lewis is another good big.
Yeah.
Who?
Lewis. Remember Lewis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember Lou? We played 3 fucking games.
When he was there,
he was dominant.
Defense.
He was
No
dominant.
For one game, he
chill
played
Nate
well.
Gill showed up for a game.
Now, well, to be fair, it wasn't always his fault though.
He had kids and shit.
Well, not even that. Like he had
I got a
played
few
good
we
one
don't know
game.
about.
He would start playing really well and then not see the ball ever again.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because
I gotta
he
say,
went from having Corey to having Yusuf.
Donnie is one of the hardest players to guard. He gets to the basket so easy out of anybody. No, I'm serious. Like if you, everybody in the crowd says it all the time. He just gets to the rim so easy.
Yes. Listen. I love Don.
Fucking adds to disrespect.
I've been friends with AJ for 10 years. What he does well on offense, which he said it to me multiple times, and we've spoken hours and hours and hours on the phone. He will shoot 50%, which he's proven. He shot 53 this year. He's shot at least 50% every single season he's played. Doesn't play consistent defense.
He doesn't.
And he doesn't respect anybody enough in this league, and that killed us in the championship. It killed us. Mm-hmm. He gave up X open threes. He gave up Kyle open threes. He gave up so many threes on defense at the end of the game when I thought after not watching the game back it was my fault. It wasn't my fault at the end of the game. There were so many open shots that were given up from a lack of just this. It's fucking wild. And that's what he lacks. That hustle and intensity. And that's why I would pick Sway or Dom over him. Because at least they'll fucking put a goddamn hand up and be in position to play defense. And AJ is one of my closest friends, and it's no disrespect to him, but it's the defense that brings him down. The same reason why I don't have Bray, same reason why I don't have JV. No disrespect to them as people. I think they're extremely talented. I think all 3 of them are extremely talented. They're probably one of the most talented people that we've had. They don't respect the people in this league enough to play defense consistently. And that's what kills them.
Can I be fair though? The only reason why I picked, Nacho and Sway obviously chemistry because they're brothers. They've played with each other since they were fucking kids. Whatever. I don't have to. Donnie and Vinny, because they played
for a decade at least. The same amount of that I've known AJ.
And I feel like Braylon could be in the mix. I'm talking pure 5.
Yeah.
You know, like if Donnie decides to play defense on that 5, great. If he doesn't, whatever. But that's just in my head. That's who I'm picking.
It's gotta put you in a bad spot consistently. It's the same thing, the same issue I have with you.
Why don't we put it to the test? Why don't we put 5 against 5 and see what happens?
Because most of us have had a repeat 5. At least one of them.
Yeah.
Well, we could change it up.
Then it wouldn't be our 5.
But the way it sounds,
But it would be the 5 out of
Can we clone
whoever
them?
we pick the most on one team.
Can we clone
and then
them?
5
All right, this is what we do. We make 2K builds, and then we play their 2K builds against each other.
I love this.
I think that's the ultimate
We're
test.
playing a game of 2K. We're gonna create them in 2K.
Well, no, we'll create it, and then we'll have the computer simulate
How the
it.
computer simulate.
We gotta
Okay,
do it more
there
than
we
once.
go.
But
Fair enough.
it sounds like everybody agree that Braylon.
I did not put Braylon in my top.
He's the only one who did.
Yeah,
I did
you're the
not
only
put
one.
Braylon in my top, and that
So
is no
6,
disrespect to
7,
Braylon. And let me say, I like Braylon as a
Yeah.
person. It is no disrespect to Braylon. I'm the only person that put myself in there.
Yeah.
And because I have the most championships in the league, and when I draft, I look for people that want to win, not people that are the most talented. It is a very different draft process
That's
that
what
I
I'm
go
saying.
through.
It's all about who plays the best
To
together
win,
as a
but
team.
it's who to win.
Yeah.
It's who wants to win. It's not who's the most talented. It's who
It's not.
wants to win the most.
It's yeah,
I
exactly.
want to win the most. That's the difference. That's why I put
All right,
myself.
I'm going Mike, myself, Sauce, Ghost,
And me.
and Eric, and Luke, and Tone, and Zane. That's why I'm going.
No, if it came
But
out of that, I would put myself in there too, but I'm not as talented as a lot of these guys.
I've guarded Sway. I guarded Nacho.
What today?
Sway didn't really score on me. Nacho, season 4, and both of them on the MVP seasons.
So okay,
did not really score on me.
No,
That's all that
so
I
if you
know.
want to go down that route, season 2, when I got snubbed for DPOY, I held every single top player to almost half of their average and their poor shooting percentage all season.
Gator had 80 steals that year.
Fuck that. But again,
I guarded Tom every time we played. And I guarded Ingersoll when we played
even
him.
with that, like again, as far as hardest players to guard, like Ingy could be in these lists as well at his best whenever he does show up.
All I'm going to say is we played best of 7, games of 15, best 2 out of 3 for 2.5 hours straight twice. I beat him a lot of times. I beat him 15-0 one time. So and Mike Ingersoll 15-0, baby.
If we're talking about 1v1, if we're talking about 1v1, nobody holds a candle to Jed when he's in a Deadpool costume,
and nobody's
playing.
He beat me.
Jed.
He beat me.
You'll
with
see
back knee pumping out everywhere. You don't want to touch it.
No, if we're talking 1v5, Gator versus 3rd graders. Let's talk about that.
They were 4th graders.
4th graders. And that's how he got the name Gator.
We're going on 2.5 hours now.
We have
There we go.
I know.
Yeah, guys, 2.5 hours. The monster ain't
Does anybody
Dear
else?
God.
Does anybody else?
No.
No more, Eric. No more.
Can you wrap it up and then I'll wrap it up and then we'll wrap it up.
Coming in on 2.5 hours.
Wrap it up and then he wraps it up and then you wrap it up.
Shout out everybody that was here from this point on, still in the chat. Shout out you guys.
Go to sleep.
We had a goal of 26 likes. We got 12 live.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, make sure
we'll get 14 more before season 6, episode 1, hopefully.
Listen, I don't know if you paid me, but if you did, thank you. If you didn't, pay me one more time. Zelle 610-787-0521. Cash App $, Franchise the Rapper, Venmo at Michael Scalco. Season 5 was fucking phenomenal. Shout out to these guys around me. Shout out to Gator. Shout out to Boogie for helping out as captains. Shout out to Zane, now the new captain. Shout out to everybody that has helped out my family, their families, your family, for coming out and supporting us week in, week out. We could not be the Selling Nation League without you. Season 6, we're going to see some new changes with the rules. We're going to see a new venue, and we're going to see a new playoff venue for the first time. We are in our new location. We're going to be raising some money for their athletic department, for specifically their girls program, because Chef is the head coach. We want to support them as best as we can, so that we can give back to the community, so that we can continue to grow as well. So with that being said, I'm going on vacation on Monday. We are going to be out until then. 2 weeks I'm going to be gone. Please don't message me. Please let me be and enjoy my fucking time
Unless
there.
it's Zelle updates.
Unless you're paying me, please just fucking leave me alone. May 14th, the payment. May 14th payments are due. May 15th,
$28.
Parker is coming over that Wednesday. We are going to be doing the draft Lottery Live, where we are going to find out the draft order for the Season 6 draft. And then May 19th, tomorrow, I'm going to be putting the deposit down for the draft. Same location. I'll have champagne. I'll have pizza. We'll have it all fucking there for you. It's going to be a hell of a goddamn night. Show up May 19th, Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m. at Sienna Clubhouse. I'll drop the location at the Facebook group. Make sure that all of you asshole captains are there.
We are there.
Pieces of shit.
Fuck you. Make sure that all of you guys are there so that we can have a goddamn great draft night once again. We're gonna have a different microphone system that you can actually hear what we're doing, and we never actually officially announced this. He said it in passing, but I'm going to officially announce it right now. Brandon Ash, I love you. You're never going to watch this because you didn't show up to one game. You are out as commissioner. But I'll tell you who is in. This guy to my left. My best friend in the world. My best fucking friend in life. This guy is my fucking ride or die. Our girlfriends are on the couch right now talking shit, hating this moment. But Parker Landis is our commissioner. He is the commissioner of CeleNation League. One more round of applause for Parker fucking Landis. Comes out every fucking week. He commentates. We're gonna have more action from Parker. Shout out everything. Fuck all of you.
No, Brandon isn't removed from the league. He still has the security shirt.
God damn it. Hey, hold up. Whoever made that shirt, please contact Brandon so he can get more, because it is the most comfortable shirt he's ever worn. No, Brandon, we love you. You did a phenomenal job on the drafts, but your lack of dedication is very evident. Parker is there. We want Parker to be a bigger part of this league. We need him to get that title. We love every single person that supports this league. We will see you for Season 6.
Before we go.
Oh, fuck.
Real quick shout out to Ash and Mike for opening up their doors for you guys to come in every night, keep them up till 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
We're wild today, guys.
Yeah, we're wilding.
Oh my gosh.
Luke's got something to say.
Shout out Ash and shout out Mike.
Thank you, E.
You're welcome for the thousands of pictures.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Shout out Luke and Ghost.
Shout out
Luke and Ghost.
Shout out Braylon's been doing it a couple times.
Shout out Luke and Ghost. Shout out Ashley. Shout out Stephanie. I don't know if Rachel took any either, but shout out Rachel. Shout out your fiance, wife. Shout out everybody that has taken pictures for us.
Group, yes sir.
We appreciate you guys.
I know myself personally, I uploaded 800 to 1,200 pictures every Sunday.
Yeah.
Shout out everybody. And shout out to our sponsors, because without you, I would not be able to invest into this league and make this league as great as it can. Season 7, we're expanding to 12 fucking teams. Let's go, baby. That's it. Season 6.